No, I can get it. I'm gonna do
You're
some
not.
karaoke for you.
Okay.
My word.
Do you take requests?
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
It has to be something in my wheelhouse, though.
Okay. I want some James Brown then.
I'm back. I'm back. Get up off those things. It is Saturday night. How's it going? Welcome to the House of Sewing. Hello, hello. I hope everyone's doing well. It is great to see everybody. Shalom, how are you doing?
I am absolutely fantastic. I definitely need some sleep soon.
Oh,
But other than that, it's been a good day. Good day. I'm blessed with some really beautiful friends and some absolutely chaotic kids. And life is good. How about you?
How are
How
you
was your
doing?
day?
I am wondering why. Oh, there we are. There's such a hardcore delay sometimes. It's weird to me.
well, we're there. I can see us.
I'm a real life vampire. Shalom. So this is my morning.
So
How
you're
are you?
still with us. Is that what you're
How are,
saying, too?
how are you doing, twin?
We're doing great. I took a nap, so I'm ready to go. Well, here we are. Um, yeah. So if you guys hear like screaming and everything in the back, my kids have friends over, but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be
Well,
good.
I don't know why.
Can't wait to see what you come up with today.
Oh, today's gonna be fun. I'm so disorganized. Once I become more organized.
Mm.
But I want to say hello to Melania. Hello, hello. Thank you so much for being here. Get up off of that thing. Dance till you feel better. Get up off. I love James Brown. If you're having a bad day, put that song on. Hello, so Terry. Great to see you. Great to see you. Pam. Hello, hello. Yay. Rita. Hello, hello. Great to see you.
Hi, everyone.
I'm the same way. I'm the same way. How are you doing today, twin of all twins? Twinny McTwin
We
twin?
already talked about how I'm doing. I'm doing great.
I know,
You
it's
didn't
so
even
nice.
talk.
You know what? It's so nice. I had to ask you twice.
Oh, hey. Actually, it was a really nice sunny day today, and I got to go outside for a little bit.
Yay.
So, the snow's all gone. So, unfortunately, on Monday, I will have to go back to work.
Oh, that is so funny. They would have us out there in the snow.
Like,
Hello, Sheila. Hello, hello.
I was so spoiled. Like, I was doing lives every day, hanging out with the people, loving on them, loving on me. I mean, it was great. Got to sleep until at least 8:30.
Watching us in super
That was
constantly.
fun.
Awesome. 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 Hello, Judy.
Hi, Judy.
Hi, everybody. All you beautiful sewing friends.
Yes, Pam.
Y'all make my day.
I watched your live again, and yes, there are patterns that you showed that do interest me. And I just need to make a decision, and you just got to let me know what I owe you and what I need to get to you and all that good stuff. But I would really love for you to make me a pair of overalls. I think they'd be adorable.
Oh, Pamerals are amazing.
Yes. Yeah.
Pamerals are
I really want her to
absolutely.
make me some if she can do it. If she doesn't have time, it's fine. So I don't want to pressure her or anything like that. She's
No
amazing.
pressure. No pressure. That's in that song too. Get up off of that thing. Oh, it is Saturday night. It is so funny. I was loafing around. I was kind of feeling like that. Then I hit the live button. I'm like, hello. Welcome to the House of Sewing.
Yeah, you did go from like a 2 to a 10.
That's how it should be. That's how it should be. Because I'm ready to go.
I can serve all
Actually,
that.
no, I will wait a minute before I show that one. Because there is something that I found, and you know what? I would have never found it if it wasn't thanks to my twin.
Do I know about it?
Yes, and it's going to come with a disclaimer. Hey, Sydney, hello, hello.
I breathe. You guys, I'm sorry right now. I'm sorry. I'm going to go ahead and put my screen on. I'm not here. Oh,
Sydney, great to see you. Great to see you. I hope everything is going well for you. I am so glad that you're here. Yay.
hi
Matter of fact,
Sheila. How are you?
I'm going to go put on my hoodie that I recently made, but I've been cleaning in here. Speaking of which, it is day. I quit counting. I still have not purchased fabric or a sewing machine. And for somebody who is utterly and completely addicted to doing both, I've gone all year without doing either.
Oh, baby. 53, 55, 53, 53.
Shalom, are there a bunch of fabric stores in your area? Or just like if I was to go to Vancouver, is it like,
Oh yeah.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Not just fabric stores, but like beautiful, fantastic specialty quilt stores.
Mm.
And then there's like the like bougie fabric stores where they sell all the like silk and damask and jacquard and all the really incredibly crazy fabrics. And yeah, there's everything, bit of everything.
And tonight I've been going through looking for all my more quilt friendly fabric. So I might be making a block with these two. That's Los Angeles Kings fabric and rose fabric, black rose.
Perfect.
I love those. Those look like just the way the colors go together look really, the fabrics look really good.
I love that color scheme, but it's not even like an affiliation thing or anything. It's just because I grew up with that team. I love black and white combo.
I have some fabric for you then, William, because I have these dancing punk skeletons.
Oh, you see my reaction? I like that already.
It's black with white skeletons. I think you'll like it.
Are they doing the social distortion pose?
Yeah,
I love
they
that.
are.
I love that. Awesome. Did your kids enjoy the snow days?
Yeah, they did. They had so much fun. Sleeping until 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That was one thing. And staying up all night. And playing out in the snow. That was amazing. Watching them do that. Oh, we're going to have this conversation. Who is Jess? I know. Go ahead. I saw that one come up.
Who is Jess really?
Well, let me tell you who I am. You have enough time in your day.
You know what else I have near me, William, that might really interest you? I think Jess might have a good time with it too.
Yeah,
We have a lot of shared space workhouses where you can go in and they have every kind of equipment you can imagine. Industrial sewing machines, metalworking machines, lathes, woodworking machines, all of it under one big giant roof. And you just get a membership and then you can go in and do your thing with whatever they got in there. So you could take some leather in there and see what it's like to do leather work on an industrial or bring some wood in. Mm-hmm.
I've never done leather work on anything that wasn't a domestic sewing machine. How's it going, Choidy and Alibaba? Hello.
Hi, Choidy. Hi, Ollie.
That is sad that I'm like clapping for the Joannes to close by my house because they're rude and they've had a closing sign on their door for the past 6 years.
So there's a list out. There's a list. I can send you the list and then you can see if your address is on address is on there.
I don't even want to I don't even go over there because they're so snooty. It's not even funny. And I hate to say this, but despite the original problem of every time I walked in there, they would do a prayer circle around me. Hobby Lobby people were so good to me. Well, I would walk in with my patches. I'd walk in like fully vest out and
a prayer circle is just inappropriate for business, don't you think?
It was awkward. I took pictures of the first time it happened to me, and I'm not kidding you. I think I went to school with the person who led the original prayer circle over me. Hey,
There you
how's
go.
it going, Candace? But
So,
people change so much, it's hard to tell. But she looks like someone I knew.
Joydy,
Ollie, whoops,
Tammy's
sorry.
doing a retreat for like the next 24 hours, so she won't be here tonight. Just to give you that info. I didn't know.
I
you
might
knew.
hop in later. Is she going the full 24? She's gonna be in there in the middle of the night.
Yeah, well, she's gonna go to sleep and stuff like that, but she'll be back. Yeah, her Zoom will be on until 7 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. I believe that's what my friend.
Wow.
Hi, Candace. How are you doing? Welcome in. I miss you, girl. I miss you.
Yay. Hello, everybody.
And yes, Ollie, I did end up making a snow angel. I just didn't take a picture of it because it looked ugly.
But the thing is, Ollie is our snow angel. You know. True. True.
So while I was cleaning in here, actually, no, let's go back. I was talking to somebody, Twinny McTwin over here, and I got this weird hair, and I decided to pull out my mannequins. So my friends are back.
Why am I big? I think that he should call them the Golden Girls. I really do. And I think there needs to be a vote. There needs to be a vote. Yes. Because you called one Sophia. So why can't we just do the rest of them?
Do we really need to have this conversation? I come from a long line of eccentric, standout humans. And my predecessor made the mannequin. You can't see it, but he made it an employee. And he gave it a name tag. It literally has an employee number.
Yeah.
Hey, Ollie. But my whole point is,
I can't be fired.
he named it, so I call her Sophia. To me, it's like 17 pounds of plastic.
Okay.
But people, one of the reasons I moved my mannequin is because people were so freaked out by mannequin. And yes, they do give them realistic faces.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the one that has a camera in the eyeball.
Okay.
So I can't ever get rid of that one.
She looks like a young Joan Rivers, but bald.
I always think of Deltans in Star Trek because they're a race of bald people. I would have blended in right in with them. I would have loved to be a
Good
Deltan.
luck unthinking that. Unseeing that Joan Rivers face insulting you every time you walk by.
And you know what's really funny? I've been watching a lot of 1970s Johnny Carson, and she was so funny that he let her host a few times.
I think she was supposed to be the host a few times when he was away, like sick or whatever, or on holidays or something.
She was one of the originals though, because that was in the 70s. Because when he was in the late 80s, he was doing the best of shows. They basically weren't even doing a Tonight Show, so they had all kinds of weird hosts towards the end. I was on for a little while today, then fell asleep. I know the feeling. So, are you guys creeped out by mannequins?
Generally, but that one doesn't creep me out. That one just makes me laugh because all I can hear is Joan Rivers out of that.
I know you can't see the face of the other one, but she's got a face as well.
Yeah, it's like how you wear them. You cover half your head with it.
I used to put all my masks on them, but those are scarier to people than mannequins, apparently.
If she starts telling fortunes, then maybe I'll be creeped out. But
as somebody who grew up as an avid movie watcher, it's not real. It's not real.
Well, I mean, you're the one that has to live with them, so.
And we live in harmony.
Yeah, and that's a perfect place.
And now I want to sing the Pepsi song, and I won't. No, is that the Coke song?
No, that's a Coke song.
I'd like to give the world a Coke in perfect harmony, or something. Isn't that something like that?
That is it. I'd like to teach the world to sing
in perfect harmony.
I'm just gonna go. All right, you guys have fun.
Yeah, welcome to the William and Shalom show. We will be doing karaoke and taking requests.
Absolutely.
Oh, I need a
So
mic so I can MC this thing.
Crystal, Rita is like, nope, absolutely, nope, no mannequins. Not if it's across the county. No, Terry's a no.
Aw.
If all I can see is random shape in the dark, then yes. Sheila, that's a maybe.
Yeah.
I live in the most ridiculously over the top Halloween neighborhood in the world.
Mhm.
I swear. It's all the Navy dads that dress up their houses. They have those huge inflatable, the Christmas inflatables. Well, they have the Halloween version. And there's a lot of them that will sit on their porch completely stock still with a bowl of candy in their lap. And when the little ones come, they don't do anything. But when the bigger kids come, they jump over, scare
Oh
the
my word, that
crap out of
reminds
you.
me of what my stepfather used to do. That was fun. It's funny.
And then
It
when
is.
COVID came around, they had candy launcher things. They had like pipes going down from an upstairs window, and then they would drop the candy through the pipe, and then it was no contact.
Oh, we were like, man, like during Halloween, little kids were coming to the door.
Yeah. Yeah, we went around during COVID.
If
And
you
we
move,
were like one of the only trick-or-treaters. There might have been a handful of us, so we got so much candy that year.
same.
So
We have people that come from all over the city to come to our neighborhood to go trick or treating because
oh,
it's just that crazy. There's parents that just dress up and wander around the neighborhood being silly. Like
mhm.
I'm
there's
okay
a
with
guy that there's a guy that used to dress up as one of the My Little Ponies, and he
that.
was like a big dad bod kind of dad, and it
Yes.
was amazing. Like people really, really are into Halloween here.
Sheila, to be fair, if any of the mannequins move, I'm running because if life's a scary movie, I'm not dying in the first scene. I'm running,
Yep.
running.
Yep.
Well, you are like a cat with 9 lives. So,
That's because I don't investigate loud noises. I walk away from smoke.
I think for me, it would depend on the kind of, end of the world that we were having. If we had natural disaster, I don't know. If it was a clown apocalypse, I would find a way to kill them all.
That's different. If everyone or like when people like you want to speak of clown apocalypse, when people were doing that it thing, like you want to talk about dads were like, okay, we're done with the clowns because people would stand in the park. Do you guys remember that when people would dress up like clowns randomly
Oh,
all across
or
America?
Jason, the guy that would ride his bike around dressed as a Jason
But when
Voorhees.
when it came out, people were doing it in a really creepy way, and it became disturbing.
mhm.
Oh man, I forgot about that. I completely forgot.
So, Alon, what do you dress up for during Halloween? Do you normally dress up?
Always a pirate. I have a
Yeah.
really, really good pirate costume, and I do the voice, and like I do piratey things
Okay.
in
Amazing.
Esquimalt. Oh yeah, there's
I
a
dress
haunted
up like
house.
a mad scientist.
That
So
is cool. That works.
I wear like, really the tight shirt and everything like that, leggings, yeah, do it all. But I have to pay attention to like I have like the kid version at school, and then I wear the other one at home. But when the kids,
I used to wear my Captain Kirk uniform every year until I didn't fit in it anymore.
Well, maybe we can alter it for you.
yeah, you can make
Then
it
I'll
fit.
look like the '90s Captain Kirk.
Yep.
If it looks like Kim
No,
Cattrall,
but
then no.
no, you just have to do what Shatner did. Get a girdle.
He really, so where I'm from, I very famously call my boots my Shatners because I'm 5'9", but when I put my boots on, it gives me the illusion of height. But when I take them off, you're like, yeah, you're 5'9".
The 70s was a good time to be taller, you know.
If no jealous shots, then no.
Yeah, I used to belong to a group of people. We were just silly people. We didn't even know each other apart from this group. and we would go on a pub crawl on like the last Saturday of the month. And I don't know if I ever bought more than 1 or 2 drinks that entire time because
Mhm.
it was so much fun. Like I had a modesty panel over top of my cleavage for
Yeah.
a while, and then at some point in the evening I would take
It was getting hot.
and it got very boobily, and but we
Yeah.
just had such a good time. We talked like pirates everywhere we went, and it was
Oh,
like an invasion of pirates all of a sudden in every pub that we went in, and people just, I don't know, people had fun with it, and we just started singing sea shanties and things like that.
Oh, I love sea shanties. A
Me
British
too.
tar is a soaring soul, free as a mountain bird, with an ever ready fist. You don't know any Gilbert and Sullivan? Always ready to resist a dictatorial word.
Isn't that from Pirates of Penzance?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, come on. The British tar shut everyone down. Okay. So I've been cleaning in here. I found my mannequins. Well, I brought them back out, but I found something else.
oh, he found it. I'm gonna go black.
What? Why?
Yeah. Are you bringing it up? Because I don't want people to like know that it was me.
We're already associated. You're affiliated. Your name's all over it.
I mean, when I found the place, it was you guys streaming together. So, yeah,
All
that
right.
tracks.
All right. I can be strong.
Wayne and Garth, peas and carrots.
Yeah.
You guys, it's
And
not my fault.
This is utter and complete. You look like that mannequin. Hold on. I like Joydy's comment.
You're the twins of chaos, okay?
Oh,
So I've been cleaning, and I've made all kinds of fun stuff over the years. And I found I found what I was looking for. Recently I've discovered that people have an aversion to masks, which
Yeah.
I think is weird.
Go
I think
ahead.
it's weird. There's a
Wait.
pirate festival in Hampton, Virginia. VA every year. It's fun. I love stuff like that.
amazing.
I would go to that in a heartbeat.
Now William has the Bones outfit. So I found it. And I would like to say, full disclaimer, if you have an aversion to masks in any way, shape, or form, I'm just warning you right now.
Okay.
Oh,
This is full
Okay.
shoe store.
guys, look away if you really need.
Oh.
You all know what this is going to be.
I
He
like
is
Yeah,
so
disclaimer.
the world to sing.
Disclaimer,
in
avert your eyes.
harmony.
you didn't even read your disclaimer.
Oh God. Oh God.
What
I
is
know.
your-
That
hold
thing,
on.
is that a plague mask or a
It is.
pelican mask?
It is.
Yes.
He's a pelican. I've decided.
Yes.
It makes it less scary.
I called him a shoe bill fork yesterday.
I am. Come on, look at this mask is amazing.
He's a California pelican.
Take small breaths because you know how that mask does to you.
Well,
Oh,
you know where I live, so if I pass out, call 911.
Oh, actually, I do. So we're good.
Come on.
Oh, just one second.
Oh, me. Oh, yeah.
I don't know idea why you're such a hater of the mask.
I can't see your eyes. I told you this.
We got over. Hey, Tasha. Hello.
And Tasha didn't like it to begin with either.
Joydy, that's a no. Birdman, absolutely. Thank you, Rita.
Now
Thank
you're
you.
a unicorn. Look at you. You're a unicorn.
He's a unicorn. No. What's that whale? What's that whale called? It's up there.
A
Nautilus?
narwhal.
A narwhal.
Oh, Nautilus is what
You're a narwhal. A cricket narwhal, but you're a narwhal.
I am Birdman.
My daughter Emily
Y'all
is
know
here.
it's
Do you want to
you.
say hi, Emily?
Oh, hi, Emily.
Say hi.
Hi, Emily.
That's all
Yay.
you get is
Yeah. You're amazing, girlfriend.
And we know it's you. That is true. If you ever
Right?
see, like, if you
Yeah.
ever see me, you'll know that I'm going full shoe Bill Stork on this. Norwal.
Narwhal. Now
What
you're
did I
Narwhal.
walk
I don't know.
into? Chaos.
I-
Chaos, Tasha. Chaos.
He's the chaos unicorn right now. That's what you are.
I love this mask.
Love him for who he is and not who we want him to be.
Oh, look at this. Come on. And I made this from scratch, not knowing what I was doing. That's why the beak is so humongous. And I have to look at you with my one eye so I can see the
Did you put your glasses in there so you could actually
Oh,
physically
yeah, I see.
I don't know
glasses.
if we can all fit in here comfortably.
Oh,
I swear my head has become fatter in the past 3 years because this is a little bit, this used to be loose, and now the bill is tight on my head. Don't be a hater of the beak.
I'm not being a hater.
Okay.
See, there you go. Breathe.
Yay. Hello, everybody. Hello. Yes, I did make that. Sheila, I made that a while ago. I want to say I made it almost 2 years ago. And let me make myself big. I had no idea what I was doing, but this is from a pair of really old sunglasses. And so I just sewed them in place. So I can see you, but you can't see my eyes. And this is just a bunch of, just old school stitch on here. And I did all of this by hand. And this is pleather.
Oops, I left my.
I had miles and miles of pleather.
Miles and miles of pleather.
And my twin is so unimpressed.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I love the cross stitches. I think it really adds to it.
I did that on purpose.
I'm not a narwhal now.
I am obsessed with slow stitching and that hobo X, just that classic, like boop, boop, boop.
Yeah.
I'm sewing this together.
I mean, you did a wonderful job putting that mask together. I'm not going to lie. I just, just not a fan. 100%.
Joydy, if I rang my neighbor's doorbell like that, they would have me on the internet before I reached the end of their driveway.
There would be a TikTok of you as California man.
I would be so viral in 10 seconds.
You need to make sure that you have the Storkbill like soundtrack on you or something like that, so you can just make that noise.
That noise is with you have to have a big beak to make that noise. That is a big beak.
Big beak.
I
beak.
I definitely would need a recording. Do you know what the horn on the novel? I do. No, I did not know.
Well, did you see So Terry's question about what the narwhal tusk is?
No, what is it?
I'm gonna leave that to Terry to answer.
Yes, I did make that.
It's very cool.
I actually got this idea from somebody on Instagram who made a plague mask, and they were like, everybody was like, "Oh, that's amazing!" And their line was, "Just in case I have to go to the mail." And I was like, "I need to make one of those. I have to." And let's be real, I had nothing but time on my hands. My job was completely shut down. I was sitting here like hanging out. That's when this room was built. That's what masks look like during the Spanish flu. Absolutely.
I can see that you've folded up some of more of your fabric back there behind you.
Oh, I'm getting organized. It's because I'm looking for certain prints to quilt with. Because most of the stuff I purchased is for clothes.
Okay, well, what do you want to quilt with?
Oh, I'm not going to be limited, but I wanted to start out with a decent block.
Okay, I have a couple things that I could send that you might like, because we have the same sort of aesthetic, I think.
Alexa,
Oh,
Oh,
it's
there it is.
6:30.
Hello, hello. Welcome to 9:30, everyone.
Sheen. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you.
Did you ever find out if you can change her name?
I want to be computer. I
Yeah.
want to be like Picard. Computer. Earl Grey, hot. I'll
I was
program
just
it.
gonna say that. Make it so.
Oh, I can change that instead of do you have any alerts? I'd be like, computer, make it so.
You could spell it so like SEW.
There,
Oh,
I have an enterprise on a touch and so over there because I saw a meme that what it said. Oh, I can't remember what it said. Oh, make it so, and it was it was probably AI generated, but it was a sewing machine that looked like the Enterprise.
that is
Amazing.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that would nerd out over that for sure.
Beware the big beak walking down the street. Oh, Joydy, I'm gonna come to your house. Joydy, I'm gonna big beak down your street and come to your house on Halloween, of course.
Terry revealed the secret
Yes.
of the narwhal.
See, Pam knows my secret, deep down desire to be on People of Walmart. I'm sad that I'm not on People of Walmart.
I don't understand why you haven't worn that mask before to Walmart.
No, but I wear crazy stuff into Walmart. I am so surprised.
Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't worn that either.
Me too. I wear stuff like this in the Walmart. No one's taking my picture though.
Well, maybe we should just all go on a pirate invasion. Or when we all have our beautiful hobbit robes, we could all go to Walmart and then we'd all be people of Walmart. Mm-hmm.
There you go.
I like it. And that it's a giant tooth that makes my teeth hurt. Oh, for the Norval? That's terrible. That is terrible.
What, that it's a tooth?
Yeah. Does it
Yeah.
hurt?
I don't know. That's how they
senses
evolved.
things.
It's for sensing things. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll get into it. There's a whole scientific thing behind it.
It's a telekinetic tooth.
I don't understand Tammy's weather quilt.
Okay. So, you want me to try to explain it a little bit?
Yes.
Please.
Okay. All right. So you take 4, or actually either 2 or 4 different things that could happen during the day. So your highs, your lows, and it could be humidity or wind or whatever it is. And each one of those columns or categories has a color to it. Each color has a gradient of like 7 colors. It's like 7 shades of that color. So depending on what it is, you take that color and then you add it to the ring. And then the ring is then built over the course of the week. Yeah, the course of the week. And it makes the wedding ring quilt eventually. So I don't know. Like, this is probably about as much as I really want to get into it. But
the knitting world has temperature blankets, and I think the crochet world does too.
Yeah,
where you do the same thing. You just have yarn that represent the color or the temperature.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So every 10 degrees or every 10, she has like a different fabric for that. And I'm doing it too. It's just sitting over there. Like I haven't even started yet. Yeah. So, but that's it. Yeah. I mean, I don't really know how she could give more detail.
You're making me laugh right now. Oh no. Well, we're continuing the conversation. Sorry. I just remembered I saw a squirrel.
Okay, squirrel it on it.
Squirrel.
Temperature gives me a headache.
Go ahead, squirrel.
No, it's because I found a broken roll of tie-dye fabric that was broken behind the mannequin. I'm so excited. I don't know what I'm gonna make, but I'm gonna make a giant tie-dye outfit.
That's got to be a full length Jedi snuggie.
I was thinking like the tie-dye druid, but it's the same thing. When you get down when you
Yeah.
get down to it between the Jedi and the
Yep.
druid, it's the same thing. I made a robe cape 1 year and gave it away as a birthday gift. Still proud about that make. I love stuff like that. I've made my mom a bunch of clothes, and I'm like, whenever she comes out wearing it, I'm proud as a peacock. Whenever I made her a bunch of sweatshirts, I upcycled a ton of stuff, and she wears it all the time.
Pam, did you hear our announcement a little while back about a group sew along to make robes? They're little tiny patchwork pieces of beauty, but it's a no buy project. So it has to be stuff that you have or stuff that we're gonna do a buddy system, and then people are gonna pack up little goodies in a shoebox in a container no bigger than a shoebox to send to you, and maybe with a little bit of fabric that goes with your theme, etc. But yeah, we're making robes, Pam.
Oh, I'm ready. I am ready. Oh man,
We need to all get together and finalize those details.
Yes.
So that we can start that maybe like in the middle of next month. Maybe in
Yes.
April.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, I've got patterns. I've got for different skill levels, for different confidence levels, for different whatever you want to do, and yeah.
Because I got spring break next month, so I'm going to have some time on my hands.
Ooh, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. I'll have some time to work on that.
Mm-hmm.
I am. Bring on
Spring
break.
break too?
What's that?
You ready for
Oh,
spring
God.
break?
I'm ready. I am ready for spring.
I'm so glad that.
Do you know what's funny? If someone tuned in right now, they would be like, "How old are these people?"
We're 12, okay? At least
Spring
50% of the time we're 12. Sometimes we're 21 or 19 and pretending to be 21.
I can remember the last time that I was like, spring break.
Because we go from being like teenager spring break to like, yay, parent spring break.
That is true.
But we won't have this parent spring break forever. It's almost done.
Oh. My oldest only has one more year of school after this one before she graduates. Yeah. It's the weirdest thought.
So you have a junior this year?
Yes, I guess that's what you would call her. We don't really do the same, like we say grade 11 and grade 12.
Grade 11. I have a kid in grade 10. So
I can't wait until my son graduates from school. We're gonna go total Point Break without all the bank robbery stuff. But we're just gonna go total surfer. I'm gonna stop wearing shoes.
You're gonna go for that 49-year wave.
I love that movie. You know, that inspired me for big wave surfing. And if you don't know what you're doing, don't jump in a big wave.
I have no desire to go under those like 35-foot curls. Are you kidding me? No.
Where I live, like if a wave is 10 feet up front, that means the drop in the back is 20 feet. And I had never seen anything bigger than that. So when I went to San Francisco, when I was surfing back in the day, the waves were 25 feet.
Yeah, a big surf.
That means a 50-foot drop.
Can you imagine how much that weighs? Like, how much does that much water weigh?
It's 8 pounds.
Your little tiny body.
Water is 8 pounds per volume. So it beats you up. It beats you up.
Yeah, yeah.
I agree with Candace. That reminds me of someone I know. Matching outfits, huh? That reminds me of someone I know.
Hey, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it every day that we're in QuiltCon. We're gonna have a matching outfit.
And like Jess and I are already making plans for other special
Yeah, we
matching
are.
outfits.
Yes, we
And
are. Oh, it's gonna be
I
great.
don't are we allowed to talk about those, or
No,
are
no,
we
no,
keeping
not
that
yet. He
quiet?
doesn't know. He doesn't know.
Okay, so it's a secret. We're gonna have secret matching outfits. So
Yeah.
there.
Well, we'll figure it out eventually when we
It,
just
you
tell him.
know what? The clue. You know what's so funny? The clue just dawned on me right now of what you're talking about.
Okay, you can make a guess.
No, I don't want to because I don't want to blatantly guess it.
No, he doesn't know.
Oh
No, anywho.
no, I think I think it's too far off.
Oh no, it's not true. No, that's not the outfit. No, we're not going that way. We're going
We're
another
not
direction.
pole dancers, okay?
No, we're not doing that either.
Shalom, I love how your mind goes straight to the striptease. I am going to a quilt show. I will
I'm
be
just a
fully
weirdo.
clothed. I'll be wearing a turtleneck with giant glasses like it's 1975.
I'm just a
Well, I
weirdo.
mean,
Okay.
Shalom, we'll talk after stream, but I hear there's things in that room.
Years ago,
Which room?
I used to love going to Toys R Us. Oh, I miss Toys R Us. I miss my son being young. I do. I miss Toys R Us. Oh, now I'm all nostalgic.
Okay, what's that fabric right there?
The
that
wave
you've
has
got?
much weight. Absolutely. These are black roses. I'm just gonna cut out a piece because I'm only gonna cut out like 3 squares. Now that I
Okay.
know the size of blocks.
Well, the size of the blocks are whatever you want them to
No,
be.
no, no. I
That's
know,
the
but I
thing.
know. Like I have an idea of what. Before I had absolutely no idea, but I'm trying. Oh, this is perfect.
And are you
Oh,
cutting or are you tearing? Because like that's a
people tear.
oh, I
Yeah.
love tearing. I love, especially with natural fabrics, because that way when you tear, you just do a little tiny cut and then you tear it. You get it exactly along the same thread all the way across.
Okay, so for as long as I have been buying fabric, I see people do that.
Yeah.
I am not that guy. I'm terrible at that. I've never been able to do that.
So we'll practice someday. Just not today, right? Is that what you're saying?
I that is a skill I will admit I do not have.
It depends on the fabric though. Like quilting cotton, easy, and linen and most cottons pretty easy to do. You wouldn't want to do it with wool. It just wouldn't necessarily. Well, some of them would, but it depends on how it's woven.
I have to remember how to do this with my right hand.
I just sent you a text, Shalom.
Okay. Uh-oh, Allie has an idea for us.
Oh, let me get to it. Let's see.
Oh, sorry.
We're gonna make quilted. Let's see. They're gonna make quilted chaps with Holstein blocks and Highland tough fur edging.
I'm down. I'm here for all of it.
That's in a quilted vest. Ollie, you hit it right on the knob. Ollie, how did you know? Are you gonna come dress up with us? Because we're gonna be Ollie. We know you're tall, right? Is he tall?
I don't know. I don't use. You're one of the most curious people I've ever met in my entire life. I'm a man. I don't ask questions.
No,
I
but
just get in the car and
Ollie's
drive.
a guitar player. He has nice hands.
Yeah, you have nice hands. So
Yes.
Ollie, you have nice hands. We
Yeah.
assume you're tall.
I bet he does.
Hmm.
'Cause he's not just a guitar player. He's a session musician.
Ollie, we're coming. You're coming to QuiltCon, Ollie.
Mm-hmm.
Ollie.
You know what's funny? I read that are quilt roadies actual YouTubers?
I was trying to do a pouty face to Ollie, and you just ruined it. Are quilt people roadies? Is that what you just asked?
Yeah.
No, quilt roadies. I think that they're probably
Is that a
people that
YouTube channel?
do a bunch of road trips and
Yeah.
load quilts like roadies.
So I was looking at, so William, remember how there was that display, the poppies in Road to California?
Yes.
Well, it's sponsored by Cherrywood, and Cherrywood's having another one. So I wanted to see where Cherrywood went, and it shows all of the quilt shows that Cherrywood goes to. And there's a lot of them on their website. So could we roadie around? Yeah, absolutely.
I'm down. I'm down. As long as it's not like the Speed of Sound tour, I'm down. And if you got that, you've watched The Big Lebowski too many times like I have.
Oh. So Ollie says if he has nice hands, would he look good in chaps?
No one's looking at your hands. When you're wearing chaps, let me tell you, they forget you have hands.
Ollie, you wear boots too?
As someone who has like I have every kind of chaps you could possibly think of. And you know what's funny? 4 or 5 months ago, I told you I was going to wear those chaps all the time. No, I'm going to keep them nice and brand new.
Why?
Those are like stripper quality.
Oh.
Oh, yes.
The black leather ones that I purchased last year.
Are we gonna have to bring the red ones back?
I kind of want to know what William does in his spare time, but I kind of don't, and I just don't think that this is the place to ask.
No, I spent months making chaps to the point where I was like, you know what I'm going to make today? And everybody unenthusiastically was like, chaps. We know what you're making. You don't skip leg day. We've heard these lines before.
He's Magic William.
So Ollie, you got to wear a cowboy hat too. That's like part of the deal.
Trust me, no one's looking at your hands. She has an RV and goes to many quilt shows. See, I want that life, but I have a teenager, so I can't be about that life because I have a teenage.
There's a yes.
She's one of the older quilters.
Mm-hmm.
Did you say hands or hams? Yes. I said yes. No, but no, no one's looking at your hands. When you're wearing chaps, no one's looking at your hands.
I don't think anyone's looking at anything from your waist level up.
I know this. As someone who wears chaps, I'm constantly like, eyes up here, eyes up here, up here.
No, it's like, why don't you walk ahead of us, William?
Quit dropping stuff. And no, I will not pick that up.
Oh no.
See, well,
drop the thing again.
See, you haven't worn chaps since that incident.
Oh, there was an incident?
Everybody got so excited. I feel like I had to hand out aspirin. I felt like I had to hand out fire extinguishers. And like, here's one for you, and here's some aspirin too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of with Sheila on the Wranglers. Yeah.
I love a well-fitted pair of Wranglers over chaps any.
I know someone who wears Wranglers.
I do. I like Wranglers because I wear boots and they're boot
cut. Yeah.
Is he even in here yet?
No, not yet. What kind of boots do you usually wear?
Me, I wear cowboy boots.
Yeah, but what's the brand?
Oh, Ariat, because
that's what Zodi wears too.
I like them because they don't like, and I don't even know how to say this nicely. Old cowboy boots would make your feet numb. You would put them. It was just a piece of wood, and your foot was there. Ariat, they're cushiony inside, and as a cowboy, you're supposed to suffer. But I like a good cushion. So they're
no one suffers. You should.
Oh yeah, like
I know people. Yeah, people suffer for fashion, but I think they're crazy. Like, no,
my old riding boots made my feet go. I miss them. I actually didn't get them resold, but they made my feet go numb when I first got them.
Okay, pointy toe.
Get you some boots.
What kind of toe do you like on your boots?
I have a giant foot, so I like a wide square toe.
Yeah, that's what Zodi wears too.
I have one pair of the S kickers. It's just not my thing. I like them because they're clicky. When I walk, it could click. I like that. Oh, they're looking at my mom's boot. I have my moon boots. I miss my moon. When I was a kid, I rocked moon boots like way past the 5th grade. So they're Girl by Gucci Crew. Splack them hams. Do you know what splack those them hams means? It sounds like I should be dancing like this.
Oh,
When I lived in Baltimore, Maryland, a friend of mine asked me to take his wife to see Chippendale. His wife was extremely shy, so I made sure we sat right up this front stand.
Yeah.
I went out with some buddies of mine on my birthday, so they wanted to take me out for a drink or two, and so they took me around to this one place that they thought, oh, let's go to over here, and it's like, okay, so I followed them in the door, and we went through the back door, and so I couldn't see the name of the place, and we sat down and ordered a drink, and my beer came, and just as I brought my beer bottle to my lips, I heard the man start to announce, "Hey guys, it's gonna be naked girl time," or whatever. It was a stripper bar, and it was lady strippers. And I must have been every shade of purple by the time she got onto the stage.
So, fun fact, I couldn't believe my twin's face. I've never been to an exotic dancer club in America. A and B, Candace, I need to find my overalls. I did a bunch of Sensisco, I can't say the word, and slow stitching all over. And then I did another pair of overalls where I made every single patch. I need to find those. But I love stuff like that. So did you leave or did you stay for the show, Shalom?
I sat there and looked directly at my belly button the entire time drinking my beer. And when I did glance up, the dancer, just would not stop looking at me. She was doing her dance for me, and it was painfully embarrassing.
She probably saw how were you like just tomato red or what?
I'm a redhead, so yes. Red comes very easily to my skin.
Oh, that's
I'm glad someone else was red besides me. Thank you.
Oh gosh. Oh, I was so I was mortified.
Yeah.
I think people think it's shocking when I say I've never been to an exotic dancer place in America.
Okay, but what about the rest of the world, William?
I've been to one in Amsterdam, and I may or may not have been to a few in Mexico.
See, now we know the rest of the story.
I'm not saying I'm Prudence Goodwife or anything. I'm just saying, I've never been to one in America.
But that's a very leading statement. I've never been to.
Let me get my monocle. Let me get my like Mr. Peanut.
Oh.
I feel like this is not like. Am I pushing wrong? Am I pushing too hard? It's me. It's got to be me.
Okay. Is it just not cutting, or are you sliding?
Am I what?
I don't know. Are you sliding? Is your square sliding?
I think I pushed too hard too. Is the problem?
Yeah.
Whoa. Where did you get that quilting ruler? A long time ago. I need to pull my mat out. A long time ago, there's a mini mat. There's a ton of stuff on it, so I can't pull it out. I purchased what I thought was a mat that's the size of these because I wanted to get one that fit this entire desk. So I just ended up getting two together. What it really was a mini mat because it was European math and I'm an American. And so the mat is like this big, but it came with a cutter and it came with this square. And that's why I thought the mat was bigger because it came with a bunch of quilting stuff. But they were like, let's sell this to dumb Americans who don't know math. And so I bought it. And so I've had that ruler forever. I've had this for probably 5 or 6 years.
It's
If
the
not,
official tour of the House of Sewing.
it is. It truly, truly is. It's one of those weird things. I learned early on that Amazon isn't always what it's cracked up to be, or it's not always what it says it is. And you really have to pay attention to certain things.
Yeah.
He was afraid he would run into his friends. So what's the difference going to Chippendale's show or going to see one of those shows in Vegas where all the dancers are topless? That is true. I've seen David Copperfield and everybody kept their clothes on. Chris Angel made an elephant disappear and made everyone sign a waiver. Good times.
A waiver for what?
That we wouldn't tell them that they had a giant tent and the elephant walked behind it. He was doing it for his television show.
Oh, okay. Right. And
it
so everybody could see it in the theater, but
yeah, he was on the top. I can't remember what casino that was, but he was on the top of a casino, and it was like in Vegas, a lot of stuff is, at least back then, it was free, where you could just walk up, but they made you sign a waiver saying that you wouldn't tell on anything that you've seen.
An NDA, yeah. Gosh.
But that was how many years ago? Sue me. You had an elephant walk behind a curtain. We all know it, that you didn't make an elephant disappear.
Magic.
It looks cool though. I've been both guys and girls strip clubs in the 90s. I had a lot of guy friends who wanted to see girls on their birthdays. I never knew where to keep my up here. Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, like, oh, I mean, you're supposed to look, but like, how can you look?
Yes, but I'm extremely awkward. Sometimes I switch back between my right and my left hand. So I think a lot of the awkwardness is just me. But I need to get one of those giant weights that I see that people have.
Your son doesn't have one you can borrow?
I have a bunch of like Olympic medal weights.
Oh.
I have nothing like, if I had even a 2.5 or something small.
Yeah.
I could put it on there. But I have nothing but like, we're gonna get buff kind of weights. You need that, Matt, when you see a ruler, just gonna keep moving us.
Maybe you need one of those turny ones like Jess has.
But the problem is, Terry, I've mangled that mat. I pushed so hard, I pushed completely through the mat like putty. So I think nothing's moving, I'm cutting, but I'm literally slicing the mat.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's now a giant mouse pad.
When did you last change your blade?
These are actually replaced. These blades are replaceable. I found a box of blades. So
but
like a week ago.
Okay, then it's fine. Then it'll be sharp still.
That's why I'm using this one, because this is like, to me, a brand new blade.
Okay.
Yeah, if it's only a week old, that's a brand new blade. So you shouldn't have to push that hard.
No.
My name is William the Hard Way Sewing.
I have like these little tabs that you can put on the back of your ruler, and just like a little sticky, and it's kind of like sandpaper, and it grabs a hold of the fabric so it doesn't slide.
Oh, I like that.
If I find some, I'll send them to you. Whenever I get a package, I'll send you a package.
Ollie, I use those blades as seam rippers, and because I'll never go back to a seam ripper after trying the razor blade.
Oh,
it's
I know.
so good.
Yeah.
Rita, I had no idea David Copperfield was wank like that. I was like, I think 7 or 8 when I saw him. That's back when you could have tigers in Vegas. I saw him and Siegfried and Roy. Do you know what's so funny? In all my thrifting, that's actually on my list when I go to Vegas. I want a Siegfried and Roy shirt. I have a really, really old one with a white tiger on it, but it's so old that the black shirt is gray. But they
Is it wrong that I want a Tiger King t-shirt?
no. So fun fact, when I did not watch it, everyone I knew was like, "You need to watch the Tiger King. It is you. You need to watch it."
Oh
But
no, no,
without all the
no.
mayhem, like you know what's so funny? The person who told me about it, every episode after I watched it, I would call them. They're like, keep, because after the first episode, I'm like, I don't like Carol Baskin. They're like, keep watching. After the second episode, I'm like, I don't like anybody. And they're like, keep watching. The Tiger King had me. I
Yeah,
used to
me
say,
too. I was so addicted to it.
I used to say free Joe Exotic until I found out that he really was everything they said he was.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He's a complete loser.
Absolutely.
But his YouTube channel is so lit. If you're ever bored, I can't remember the
Oh
name of
no.
it. Oh my gosh.
Oh
Because
no.
we now know the man was using. So he would go on meth and just be like, I think that's the it was the presidency, I want to say 8 years ago. So he was challenging everybody. But like we now know he was on drugs. So his YouTube channel is even more fun to watch now. Because the man was just in outer space. Try cutting while standing. I like that. I am a stander. I'm sitting here just to be nice to everybody. Pushing too hard. Change your blade. Did you ever get into the Tiger King twin?
No, I didn't.
That was my shot. I even said free Joe Exotic until I found out who he really was.
I think I was outside more than I was watching TV during that pandemic. I was smoking plants. I was being like,
I watched it on my night shifts. I watched so much garbage on my night shifts.
You know, as much as
during the pandemic.
I live for trash television, so same. Like I live for trash television. For as much as I'm like, I'm not gonna watch that, I'm like, okay, I will. But it depends on what it is.
Yeah. I can't watch like the Kardashians or those kinds of things. I just can't stand it at all.
I can't stand, well, it's different. I don't like watching, like, it's weird. Do rich people watch us? We're literally just watching rich people, like unaccessibly rich people live their lives, you know?
I mean, well, yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's weird. It's a life that doesn't appeal to me, and it doesn't, like, I mean, I used to watch soap operas just because it made me feel better about my own life, you know?
But I know people, I've known people that were obscenely rich and they drive pickup trucks. There's a guy who's an ex-doctor. He drives around picking up scraps. We leave scraps out for him, and he drives an old Ford Explorer, which is like a 1960s truck, an actual truck.
Nice.
You know? And that man has more money than all of us put together, and he looks like a hobo.
No, but that's cool, you know, like I like that. But like watching people like the Kardashians, like it ruins my faith in humanity. You know what I mean?
Oh, same.
And if we're trying to be that, no, we're not trying to be that, are we?
No.
My thing is I try not to judge because they weren't asked to be born into that family, because people judge me because I was born middle class. So it's not that I get their excessive wealth. I get that you don't choose what family you're born into.
No, and I get that. I just,
but with that being said,
the way they behave, they once you're an adult, you choose your behavior. Do you not?
Totally.
You need to take responsibility for the behavior that you exhibit. And
I'm really into the fashion world. Like I watch all kinds of fashion stuff.
Me too.
They like there's this weird nepotism in the fashion industry, and all these models are like
their children.
Kylie Jenner, is that her name?
Yeah.
She would not be a model if Kim Kardashian didn't go with her on all her auditions. And they even came with camera crews on her auditions. And the people who are walking up to her sister like, I love you. I love you. Like, that's not real life, you know?
Yeah.
So Master, this is very true, Candace.
Do you know that have you seen the Kardashian closet?
I quit and I'm not even saying this to be funny. My ex-wife used to watch that show. I haven't seen that show in 12 years.
The closet one though?
Oh,
Like
oh,
they sell. Oh, something's beeping.
I triggered a backup. I'm gonna have to turn off a couple things.
No. So out of the 22 monitors, he needs to shut down 13.
But yeah, the Kardashians
No.
sell items of their clothing for like the amount of money that they want for these things is
Well, and but you think
ridiculous.
how much free stuff do they get too, you know?
Yeah, so they sell the extra Gucci belts that they have,
Yeah.
for thousands and oh, it's crazy. It's
And
crazy.
people love it. Absolutely. Let's see. Hi, Kilroy. How are you doing? Welcome in.
You don't have to be rich to have a pickup. You just have to be rich to have a pickup that goes anywhere.
It's true.
It's because the price of gas.
Yeah.
I have all my fans on in here because it was 78 degrees here in California.
Oh, how wonderful.
Shut up.
It was.
Yay.
We were all
Awesome.
thinking it. I just said it.
No, but this is real. This is real. Like somebody tried to say something snide to me at the gas station where they were like, "Oh man, it must cost a lot of money to fill up that truck." I looked at him and I was like, "I own it," because I know most people don't even own their own car around
That
here.
is so freaking true.
Most people do
People
not.
mortgage their lives for
Yeah.
a vehicle. Yeah.
Me and my beater, at least I know I own that thing. The Kardashians are all in it for the money. Mama trained them well. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They didn't
Yeah,
grow up
I've
like that.
seen older like collection. This is rare. It's out of print. It's la 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 tulip pink. Please pay me $350 for this scrap of tulip pink right now.
Mhm.
Yeah, but people sell tulip pink.
It's crazy.
I told you, tulip pink sounds like your drunk friend you gotta drive home. Tulip pink sounds like a
Mhm.
Mai Tai you order in a Florida bar. So hey, can I get two tulip pinks in a Bargello?
Tulip pink was the lady that was on that stage
Yeah.
on my birthday.
I'm telling you. Tulip pink sounds like that 1970s waitress with the beehive smoking a cigarette. What can I get for you? My name's Tulip Pink. What can I
Four
get
pack
for
a
you?
day tulip pink.
No, I
No,
could
but
see
they
that.
make beautiful I love their fabric so much.
Yeah.
It's so way out there. It's so great.
Sydney, are you a Kardashian fan? I could take you to their house. They live like 45 minutes from my house. They've actually made Calabasas famous again. And that's where Jaleel White was so nice to me.
Mhm.
I Terry's right. I think the Kardashian mom put her kids out for sale, and
Oh, that's
Mm.
horrible. Oh, that's horrible. I don't know. Where is that fine line? Like, where's I know there's somebody that I know that I feel like they're exploiting their child because he's really good at football.
Mm.
Where's that line, of where you draw like
yeah, it's a crazy world we live in. Crazy world we live
and in
in.
America now they'll pay you to go to college now.
Yeah, they will.
Really?
Yeah, you can pay college
That's
kids.
good. Oh, like athletes and stuff.
Athletes, they
Right,
can.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
my niece it's kind of funny. She's on a full scholarship for volleyball, like a full ride. And she even got the extra semester that she's in right now because when she graduates, she's going to have 2 bachelor's degrees, one in physics and one in math because she's into astrophysics.
Good
Oh,
gravy.
She's like an uber high performing um student, but she's also an amazing volleyball player.
All right, let's plug in the iron. Oh. How old is she?
Mila is 23 now.
You could have an actual lucrative career playing volleyball here in America.
Yeah, I think she's probably going to stay and go on to her postgraduate and become a doctor of NASA. NASA. She's just too intelligent for this world. She's a very, very smart kid, and she's funny. Oh my gosh, she's a funny kid too.
Yes, I drink Tula Pink with a Bargello.
That's amazing.
It sounds like something you. It sounds like something that you drink, or your friend that you have to drive home from the bar. Oh no, I don't want to. I don't want to go with Bargello because every time we take Bargello, we got to drive him home. I've heard that speech before.
Bargello gets so messy.
Oh, me.
But what about Trapunto? Trapunto, Bargello's cousin. You know.
I agree with you, Terry. The Kardashians are a bad example though, because most people here aren't like that. I grew up with people that were like real life yacht club rich, and they were extremely humble people. So not everyone's like that. I know someone that well, they went from driving a Prius to like a hybrid. You know, they don't drive like Bentleys, and they can afford to have one. So I think it truly depends on where you're from.
I'm surprised my brother doesn't have a Bentley yet.
At least Paul doesn't turn your brain into cottage cheese.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a great fun sport.
Yes, I always loved volleyball.
I watch professional women's volleyball on YouTube.
Mhm.
You should all go subscribe and support it. This is an unsolicited plug.
Good night, Judy. Have
Thank
a
you
good
so-
night with Mr. Judy.
Thank you so much for stopping by, Judy. I'm warming up my iron right now. We're gonna make some magic in a minute.
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow sometime. Have a great night.
I'm trying. There was something else. I can't remember now. There was something else. There are extremely different types of wealthy. I grew up middle class,
Mhm.
and like I'm not kidding you. I didn't even realize it. I had a friend, his dad was on the ground floor of Silicon Valley. In the 80s, he had a colored computer, but it didn't dawn on me until he said something. He was like, "Don't you remember playing on that computer?" And as a kid, I was like, "Yeah, but it was just something that was cool." But like my brain wasn't like, "Oh, this is a color computer in the 80s," you know.
That was a $15,000 computer. I'm not kidding.
No, they
In the
were they like his dad was I don't want to dox him, but he's in some of the pictures with like the original Silicon Valley guys.
Mhm.
But I didn't. But by the time I met him, he was just an older. I absolutely love Dennis. Every time I see him, he gives me a hug. I still see him. He's a good guy. They're just good people. So you know, it all depends. And then I knew a bunch of people from Boston that were like the very terrors that you would think, the very stereotypes that you would think of, you know. And they thought they were better than everybody because they had money and they were from Boston and Connecticut.
Yeah,
I've had someone tell me to my face, I'm from Connecticut. Like, still to this day, I'm like, what does that mean?
It's obviously a badge of honor in their minds.
I think they were calling me poor, but I just didn't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah, exactly. You're too poor to know how cool it is that they're from Connecticut. It's their test. It's like a litmus test. I'm from Connecticut. And then they wait for your answer. And if you answer right, then you can hang. But if you don't, you're one of those stinky poor people.
It's one of those things. It's just one of those things. And it happens here because there is such a difference in wealth. It happens here.
Yeah.
I still don't think you should buy your child a Cybertruck, but that's just my personal opinion.
No.
I think I paid several thousands for my 12 big graphics computer I built back in 1986. Yes, I still have that computer. That's awesome. Hey, I've been offered outrageous amounts for my Apple IIe. Outrageous amounts. Just crazy amounts.
I think Sheila also has discovered the truth about the kinetic people. They have all the tulip pink. They're hoarding it in this giant underground bunker.
You think that's funny, but I guarantee you that person exists.
They probably do.
There's someone right now saying,
No,
"Hey, that's not funny, Shalom," because they're sitting in their giant bunker.
who, whatever we think
Surrounded.
is out there, it's out there. Somebody also. Oh, Sheila, Cybertrucks. Okay,
Ugly.
Cybertrucks are a $100,000 joke that you played on yourself. They are just junk.
I see them, and I think it's because I've been talking about them lately. I see them everywhere, and it's really funny. Every time I've gone to the bank lately, and keep in mind, it is in the beginning of the really bougie neighborhood, I've seen a Cybertruck, and I'm not kidding. I'm not even trying to be mean. I'll look them in the eye, and the Cybertruck owner is like, "Don't look at me in the eye."
No, they know now. Now they're stuck with this $100,000
Yeah.
paperweight. They played the joke on themselves.
If he's responsible and a good driver, why would you not give them a nice car? I was almost offed by a kid in a Jaguar 3 days ago. And then they took off like they were on a Mustang, an actual horse, because they knew I wasn't catching up to them in my Ford Flex. My Ford Flex goes like this.
It's got a sewing machine engine.
Oh, he cut in front
He
of me.
replaced it himself.
Oh, he cut in front of me. And my first thought was, I know this kid has insurance.
Yeah.
Yeah, daddy's insurance.
Please hit me. You're going to buy me a new car. Please hit me.
Yeah.
I'm going to sue you 3 ways to Wednesday. They are. And you know what? Back to what Kilroy said. I'm not anti giving a kid a nice car. It's just, I'm old school. Back when I was a kid, you got your parents' 1985 Toyota Corolla.
Hey, a 1985 Toyota Corolla is probably still on the road today.
They really are.
You cannot beat them to death with a stick. They are good, strong cars.
Or you got Grandma's Oldsmobile.
Oh my word, yes. Yes.
I remember. I'm from a different time. People, I grew up super middle class, except for the exception of 3 or 4. There was this young lady who had a Corvette. There was a couple kids, but everybody else had it was minivans in the parking lot at my high school. It was all their parents' old cars, you know.
Oh man, at our school we had so many of the boys were in mechanics classes, so they all drove Trans Ams and like the Camaros, and I still love Camaros. Think Smokey and the Bandit Trans Am, you know.
I love that era. I
like
love that era. I try not to be too nostalgic though, because like I love my car. Back when I surfed, I could put a surfboard in there, but now I could get like 9 touch and sews in the back and 3 strapped in, and I know that for a fact.
For the longest time, I drove a 1979 Dodge Maxi van.
Oh,
it was like 200 feet long.
Yeah,
and it had like 3 rows of seats, and I took one out and camperized it somewhat. And I loved that van. And it was, it's funny. Okay, so the story of this van, I got it way up north, where the Alaska Highway starts, like way up in northern BC. And it had been used previously as a bush ambulance. So on the rigs and on all of those, like there's a lot of oil up there. So when you are a guy at an oil rig, there's supposed to be an ambulance there on premises, and emergency dudes to take you away. And the ambulance didn't have to be an actual ambulance, but they did have to be painted white. And then they had a big magnet they stuck on the door. So I bought this van that had been a bush ambulance, and they'd put in a bus heater in it, like a school bus heater. And in the north, that was pretty sweet. And but I moved from where it's really dry, way up there, it's very dry in the winter, to down back to Victoria, where it's very, very wet in the winter. And the first weekend I was back home in Victoria, the it turns out that that white paint was spray paint, and water from the rain got behind that paint. And then the sun came out and all of the paint bubbled off of this vehicle. And I'm driving down the road and the person behind me has their windshield wipers going because it's snowing paint off of my van.
Oh, that's horrible.
And it was dark blue underneath it. At nighttime, it looked black, so it looked like a Holstein cow by the time it stopped shedding paint. It looked
Oh, wow.
it was, yeah, it was fun, but it was that I loved that band so much. You could put so much crap and so many hippies in that thing.
I recently changed the brakes on my car, Candace, and I was shocked that people don't know how to do that. I drove my mom's old car, a 1976 Cadillac sedan to DeVille. That thing was a tank. Sheila, I bet that thing was an absolute tank. Nowadays, it's not whether you have the knowledge to work on the car, it's whether you can actually fit your body into where it would need to go to work on the car. Very true.
Yeah, I had that problem with my Impala. I had a 63 Impala that was massive.
I don't know. I drive a giant truck, so I'm not anti-land yacht. Would you drive like an old Lincoln Continental or something? One of those old land
I
yachts?
did. My grandfather gave my dad his Lincoln when they took his driver's license away from him.
Hey, no joke, no joke. My grandfather gave my dad a burgundy Lincoln Continental.
There you go.
No joke. We
Yep.
drove that thing. I loved that thing. It had a diamond in the back. No, now I
Yeah.
have that
No,
song.
I love a land yacht.
Diamond in the back, sun rooftop, digging in the scene with a gangster lean. Ooh, ooh. Curtis Mayfield, come on. Diamond in the back. So you never got into oldies, twin, huh?
Oh, I have. Just takes me a second to figure out what you're singing.
Yeah, I've had a lifetime love of big cars, especially muscle cars. So, yeah, American muscle is definitely my thing. But one day I have to buy a Mercury truck because they made them only in Canada just for the Canadian market. So that you don't get them in the States, but they it's like a Ford truck. It was built essentially on a Ford chassis, but all of the interior, everything is much more luxurious. It's almost like a luxury truck, from the 50s. So the interior is just absolutely beautiful, and they were great trucks.
Why?
And just the shape of them.
Sorry. That was a miscut. I went off the no, please don't stop. I went off the ruler and I just screamed why. It's my natural
No, it's okay.
disposition is to be like, click on death scream.
I just want to have one of these amazing Mercury trucks with just all this cool detail to it, and then drive it down to Texas because because it's a cool truck, and they wouldn't have seen them before, and it's like, what the heck, a Mercury truck?
Show it off in Texas. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
All the way down to Texas too. You never know. Yes, that'd be fun.
You saw a dually? Oh my goodness.
I'll never own a small car again. I don't know. I used to always say that, but recently, it's a long story, but I bought a RAV4 and I don't know. I like a tiny car. It's just because their parking is awful here in Los Angeles County. Awful. When I'm in my truck, I park out in the sticks because I know I'm walking. I bring my walking shoes on that day. The Flex can fit almost anywhere, but it's even too big for certain spots. That RAV4 is perfect for city life. Not for country life, though. I miss those old cars. I had access to a ton of old cars. I miss that whole era though. I think it's my weird nostalgia. And now I have that song stuck in my head. You may not drive a car at all, but remember, brothers and sisters, diamond in the back. I'm gonna play Mayfield for you after this.
Okay. I'm ready.
I paid $400 for my first car. Absolutely. I had a 1983 VW Rabbit. I bought that thing for $350. Can you buy cars like that anymore? That actually run? This car ran.
I don't know. But yeah, Rita, I get it. When you drive a big vehicle, people will stay out of your way. They'll look at it and go, "Oh, that guy has nothing to lose."
Yeah.
I will tell you, my grandfather had a Mercury. It was a wannabe town car, but it was a Mercury. He would always bought Mercuries for some reason. But anyways, it looked like a cop car. When I would get on the highway at night, it was like parting the Red Sea. I miss driving that car. I'd get behind people, they'd be like, "Oh no!" And they would like make these panicked moves, and it was really just me driving badly. Oh my gosh! I bought my daughter a $16,000 used Jeep. She told it in less than 2 years. Wow, she has to buy her cars going forward.
Yeah.
In a weird way, I did this to my father. He bought me a truck and I totaled it. And he was like, "I am never buying you a vehicle ever again for as long as you live." And I was in my 30s when this happened.
I don't think I'll ever buy a new vehicle again.
No.
Same.
No. Let somebody else take that off the lot.
Yeah, let somebody else let the depreciation roll off in 3 days, and I'll pay less for it later.
Yeah. They can
I
break
like
it.
this. Her not owning a car is probably the only reason she's passing. I dropped out of college because I had a car. I could go anywhere. I had unadulterated freedom. I'm not saying I dropped out because I had a car, but like I wasn't at class all the time.
You went to the first 2 classes of the semester and then you were done.
I lasted a year and then I dropped out. I'll never forget. I thought my dad was gonna be mad at me. He's like, "Thank you so much for dropping out of college. Thank you so much," because he was paying for it.
Yeah.
He like was beside himself happy that I dropped out of college because he'd already paid for my sister to go to bougie college. I was going to booze you. I went to Arizona State University. It was booze you. Come on. Let's not even sit up here and pretend they didn't teach me how to drink.
Oh my goodness.
We need to compare our stories because East Carolina probably has a run for your money.
I think every state has that. And I am cutting triangles, put them back together again. I think every sunroof top digging in the scene. I think every state has that party school. Because up north they have party schools. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, they have them everywhere.
I lasted a year. That's longer than most people.
Oh, Sydney, I'm sorry you have a headache. I hope you feel better soon.
Absolutely, Sydney.
That's awful.
We'll be here for you. If not, we'll be back at it on Monday.
We're doing power hour tomorrow.
Oh, that's right. I always forget about the power hour. You're gonna have to remind me again so I make my thumbnail.
Yours are gonna be there.
I also parked to be selective. I'm like that too because of the size. Depending on the size of the vehicle, I think my son paid $1,200 first. I miss those days. Do you know what's so funny? I always say this: like, if anything is like around this price, we'll say you could have bought a Honda Accord. But what we're really saying is that we're all from a certain era where we remember that it was this price. Man, I'd love to buy a electric. Oh wow!
And it might have still been underneath 100,000 miles too.
Wow!
I can pay that price sometimes. Mm-hmm.
My 1988 Ford F-150 saved my life. Young, I almost said his name. This poor guy, he hit me, and he had a fake license and no insurance.
Oh no.
And he totaled his car so he couldn't, and he tried to run because you could hear him hit the engine, but his axle was just going like this.
Oh, he broke it. Mm.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, this used car. But Sheila, used cars used to be so cheap. I'm so sorry you have a headache. I bought my new vehicle, special ordered candy apple red Chevy Sprint, had 2 miles on it. Oh my gosh. I love cars like that. It was definitely a party school beyond imagination.
Mm.
It made the movies look tame.
Oh my goodness.
Somebody find your
I'm drooling. I know exactly how much work this dang thing would be, but it's like I'm looking at it. Oh my god, it's even got the manual.
My friend is still driving her 2003 Honda Civic. She offered, oh my, see, those things are still running.
Mhm.
Out here, after, I can't remember what year the first Fast and the Furious came out.
Yeah.
Everyone owned a Honda Civic after that year. Everyone owned a black Honda. You'd go to the mall, people would be like lost in the parking lot with their key, like, I don't know which Honda Civic I need to go into.
That's when I put like a little sticker or something on the window.
No, one of those orange bike flags.
Hey, that's not funny. That taught me how to park a trailer without taco in it. We have trailer flags, and if they're not lined up, that's literally what taught me how to back up a trailer. We're giant soccer flags.
Okay.
Hi, Deb.
Yay, Deb. Hello.
Welcome in, Deb. How you doing?
Yeah.
I watched you earlier with Lisa and Amber.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I need to cut one more block since I ruined the other one. I was getting a little too happy. Okay. I'm so organized today.
Try standing up to cut and see how you do.
Yeah. See if that makes a difference for you.
Mm-hmm.
I have that song stuck in my head. Great to see you, Deb. Great to see you. Great to see you. My daughter's college is a party school. She was blacklisted from living on campus after the first semester due to underage drinking and noise complaints. Now she lives off campus.
Yeah.
I partied so hard in college. Great to see you, Deb. College was hardcore.
Yeah. It was a mess.
But like I always say, I only lasted a year. I'm not going to sit up here and act like I was there for all 4 years. You couldn't keep me on the farm after I started having fun.
Oh.
And I'm sure I'm not the first person who got a taste of like real unadulterated freedom was like, I'm out.
Not the first, won't be the last.
Oh, I miss the RV days, Rita. I actually had one and I got rid of it because I just didn't want the hassle. Because every time you go camping, it's like moving.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got to move it back into your house when you're done. The first car I owned was a Honda Civic. I love Honda.
Glamping. Come on. It's glamping and it's wonderful. RV life is amazing.
I'm 50-50 on it. I would much rather have a trailer though than an RV. Because a trailer you can unhitch and go off and have fun. You're not going to want to park your RV at Dodger Stadium or at you're going to park your Shea Stadium doesn't exist. Wherever the Mets play, you're going to park your RV there.
No. I want to go to the Mets Stadium anyway. Are you talking to me?
I probably would because I have no idea if that's a bad idea or not.
I never drove around with a trailer. I wouldn't trust myself. I learned the hard way. You can't make hard left turns or right turns. Car, no, not cat. I know the feeling.
Girl.
Yay. I don't even my car. Wow. I need to look and see how many miles my truck has. It reminds me of a really hilarious episode of Married with Children when Al Bundy was trying to get his Dodge to go. Oh, they were gonna like videotape it going over 100 million miles, over 1 million miles, or something crazy.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah.
I went to
Mine.
Arizona State University.
Oh, my car has 173 on it right now. I love it. Love my car. My
I
little
don't.
robot.
The only time I ever look, because I have to register my car every year because it's considered a classic vehicle.
Mm.
The college around here, kids used to be a party school until one day frat boys tossed bricks through the windows. Businesses now they clamp down. Yeah, that would totally that would happen here too. Now I have this one set up on its own.
Jeez. Ollie drives a bit.
Yikes. RV life is not something I want to go back to. Did that in a 40-foot fifth wheel for 35 years. Do not desire to go back with it.
I don't think I'd want to do it like full time or anything. I couldn't live in a tiny house because I come with too much shit quite often. Like honestly,
Yeah.
my baggage is all actual crafting, art, sewing, knitting, like leather. I used to make drums even, like Salish hand drums.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
yeah, and then I made the drum bags for them, like all out of wool and like quilted with sweaters, and that's what I made. Like I would make on the cover of the drum bag, I would make animals out of leather and piece cut it, and then anyway.
I used a lot of Salish. I used to make totem poles, and I would use a lot of Salish designs because those are the only ones I've ever seen face to face.
So you probably saw the ones Bill Reed's totems in Victoria at the museum, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool and very true story. My mom actually got to help Bill Reed on that totem pole.
Oh, that's crazy.
Isn't that
I
wild?
use that as inspiration for my woodworking. Oh, excuse me.
Ollie's a world traveler.
Absolutely, especially I've been an owner of a million vehicles, but I have soft spots for certain ones. S10s are awesome.
Yeah.
I thought mine is 2008, just over 38,000 miles. I love people like you, Deb. I'll buy your car.
Yeah, that's what my escape is like. My escape, because we call it just to sound
I
fat.
do that
It's
too.
fancier that way,
Yes.
That's the one vehicle I bought brand new off the lot.
Mm-hmm.
My escape. And
Oh,
it's a great vehicle. It really is. I
mm-hmm.
did so much research before I bought it, and I'm glad I did.
As someone who grew up as the official third wheel, because I was the youngest with my parents, I kind of agree with Kilroy. It is cheaper to stay at a hotel than to schlep your RV with all your gas and all your stuff.
Mm.
Probably is, but I don't
It's
know. It's
cheaper.
just a world. I mean, I've
Yeah.
never owned an RV. I've only like my grandfather always had one, and I loved it. And when I would go and stay at my grandfather's house, I would stay in his RV because it was so much fun.
See, but that's different. Like I would do that as an adult when we go up north to stay at my ex-wife's father's house. He had this giant house, but he also had a almost 40-foot RV. He had a fifth wheel. Like he had a giant property with just toys. Nothing
Yeah,
but toys.
yeah.
And I loved staying in the fifth wheel. And plus
My
they smoked, so you could smoke in the
uh,
fifth wheel.
oh
Mm.
yuck. My sister married a farmer guy, and they, when you have like, I mean, they had like 5,000 acres just of one crop, and like they just, I mean, the farms in Saskatchewan are absolutely immense, and they make money. They make some money, and they had an RV that had the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. There was a kick plate underneath the countertops, and when you kick the button, it turned on a vacuum so that when you swept your floor, it swept it into the vacuum hole, and you didn't have to use a dustpan and stuff.
That's
And to
amazing.
me, that was like, I mean, it's like this is the most amazing gadget in the world.
That is some Jetsons style
Right?
stuff.
So are we going to guess what kind of block you're making today?
I haven't decided yet. I'm gonna go where the block takes me.
There's a wax museum here in Victoria, Terry, but I don't think it's a Rockstar one. Has lots of historical, like Queen Victoria stuff.
Mm.
I love stuff like that. We get a lot of really good exhibits here and a lot of really cool stuff.
Yeah.
And I used to have season tickets to the Getty, but between the zoo and the Getty and everything, it just was ridiculous. So I had to chop a few of those season tickets down.
There is an exhibit on at the Met that I really, really am dying to go to so badly. It's the design. It's a designer who is from America, based in America, Charles James.
Awesome.
He designed clothes for Coco Chanel, and all his study that he had done, like it was his professional study was in architecture. So he had a very different view of making garments, and his stuff was absolutely unreal. And he died poor because he gave away all of these amazing gowns to people like Coco Chanel, who could bloody well afford to pay him.
Page 86.
Just know I will I am not that nice. I will charge somebody. I gotta keep the lights on.
But seriously, like look at Charles James. Not James Charles. Charles James. And at the Met exhibit. It's just if you like clothes, you will love his stuff.
It's interesting when you meet people who live in RVs full time. There's a Rockstar Wax Museum up in Canada. Anyone know of it? Shalom, have you ever heard of a Rockstar Wax Museum?
Not in my neck of the woods, I'm afraid. Like I said, we have Queen Victoria Wax Museum.
Well, the unbroken dish. No, I think you should make a pinwheel.
How do you do that?
It's right there. It's the other part of the broken dish if you look at the other pattern that comes together.
I'm just sewing. I just started sewing. No, I'm just playing around right now.
Well, just put your half square triangles together and make squares.
Let me move my humongous.
I don't know. I feel like I should be playing with triangles too.
Let's see if we go this way and like this. Oh, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Is that an unbroken dish? Oh, you can't see it.
No, I can see it. So if I can see it, everyone can see it. I'm going to go for that.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah.
Hold on, I got to figure out what I'm going to do with the other ones.
Well, you can
continue going down like this.
You can go down or you can go back up. Make a chevron.
You know what's so sad? Because of Stargate, I know exactly what a chevron is. Thank you.
There you go. I'm glad that education.
You guys are getting tense. You guys are getting all quiet because I'm quilting. I'm quilting over here. This is planning. This is a block party on a Saturday. Splish splash. I was taking a bath.
I just feel like you should get like confetti or something. I don't know.
See if I
Watch
can.
out. Yay. Oh.
Yay!
Oh.
Oh, now I have splish splash. I was taking a bath, just stuck in my head. Oh, we could go pinwheel now that I know what you're saying. Or we can go like this.
Mm.
Oh, what is this? One of these? Hold on.
That's a square and a square.
It's hip to be square. So no square, huh?
No, I like the square and a square. I have square and square stuff. You want to see my square and square?
I know you have squares and squares. Can we say squares and squares one more time? Squares and squares.
Square and square.
This is tens. This is tens.
How is it?
I'm kidding. I'm just giving you a hard time.
If this is pressure for you,
I'm just giving you a hard time.
We will never be able to make a quilt.
Under pressure. I like the 1887 Victoria Jubilee stuff. I guarantee you that's in my book here somewhere. I guarantee you that's in my book. I watched the Spicy Nona. The husband was the wax figure creator. That's awesome.
How amazing.
Oh, I missed all of this. Come on. I don't know how I missed all of that. I watched that too. Yay. I think that's in Niagara Falls. Can I share a link? Yeah, Terry.
You're a wrench girl. You can share anything, anytime.
Okay.
I'm getting jealous now.
Why is that?
Well,
Hi.
Sheila's been to that exhibit at the Met.
Oh.
And the Virginia Museum of Fine Arts that has movie costumes. And Ollie has had some dealings with folks from the Victoria and Albert, the V&A in London. It's just like, my travel experiences now at this stage in my life would be so different than the ones when I was 20.
As someone who's traveled, like, you should never compare yourself to other people because it's always circumstance,
I was so young though. It was things that I was interested in. Like I spent days and days in the Louvre, and I always loved the giant cathedrals and the historical stuff, But now I have knowledge of other things that I didn't see that I would love to see.
Thank you, Sydney. I've been to all kinds of crazy wax museums, and even when I lived in Hollywood, I went to Ripley's, believe it or not. It wasn't as spectacular as I thought it would be, though. My whole life I'm watching the shows, read the magazines, and then it's just kind of this building with a bunch of weird stuff in it. Have you ever been to a wax museum, Twin?
Yeah. Yeah, there's one in Myrtle Beach I went to. You got to keep your kids entertained when it's raining outside. They have an Ripley's aquarium. They have like a huge, like an amusement park area. Yeah, wax museum. They got it all.
You're over there.
I was like, yay! Hourglass walk.
He's getting hints from her shocked reactions. That's great.
I was like, oh, I like that one.
You're killing me over there. You are like, you know what it is? This is my first time driving, and you're in the passenger seat, and you're just like, quit side seat driving, coach. You're side seat driving over there.
You're the rookie quilter.
Don't worry, coach. I can throw a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. I promise. Oh, I promise I won't crash, and I have insurance.
I'm here.
Oh, what was that? Was that Steel Magnolias? That what's her name? She drove into that young lady's car and just smashed into it because she stole her parking spot. Said, "I'm old and I have insurance."
I've actually seen that in real life. When people do stuff like that. Oh, good.
Uh,
You know what? I can't do this. I can't watch you play with fabric, and I don't play with fabric. I'm sorry, I can't do it. This is horrible.
Side seat driving. You are side. This is
you
the
should
planning.
purposely turn it the wrong way and just see what she
Do you know, really, in my head, I have the doom, 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 doom. I have the Tetris song stuck in my head right now.
Why do you do this to me? You
Doom, doom, doom,
freaking
doom.
earworm me all the
Doom,
time.
doom, doom. That was my song when I was a kid. I would bob. I'd put the headphones on. Doom, doom, doom,
I
doom.
had never known anyone to get turned to Tetris music. You know, you
Oh.
are one of a kind.
Are you kidding me? They've put a techno beat to it. You should get bored on YouTube and go find that.
I'm gonna take
I'm
this.
in here. Doom, 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 doom.
Down.
Good night, Deb. Oh my gosh.
Thank you
It's
so
Tulip
much
Pink.
for stopping by, Deb.
It's
I know.
Tulip Pink.
I have her. Yes. This is all the fabric that I won't use for the quilt. Like, shalom. It's like a tub full.
What?
I know.
I'm gonna come
Oh,
and
maybe I
raid
should do
your.
an owl. I should fussy cut an owl. I'm excited. I'm excited.
There's one with kittens on it that I am just
I don't have the
absolutely
fabric,
stupid
girl.
about that I really want. They make it in minky.
Yeah, they do.
And even in Canada, when it came out, it was $50 a meter.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah.
Even I know what a meter is. I know what a meter is. I watch a lot of sewing content.
It's 3 inches longer than a yard.
Actually, I always forget her name, but she goes by the Yorkshire Quilt Girl.
Yeah.
Her name, I always forget her name. But she's the one that taught me that years ago. Because she's like, I have American a bunch of American subscribers. Let me dumb it down for you.
Oh
Like
dear.
walking over, hey Arlie, how's it going? How's
Hey.
it going?
Oh, I'm so excited.
Doom, 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 doom,
He's gonna play with
doom.
that. I am too. Can I? What size squares did you make?
Have the one where my hand's bigger than the thing.
6 inches. I'm
This
gonna use a
one.
rotating mat.
Boom,
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom. I just have Tetris stuck in my.
And you're taking us all down that rabbit hole with you.
Doom, doom, doom. Well, if you really want, we can start singing Dr. Mario. Dun 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 dun. Bum 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 bum. I bought an emulator and I kind of regretted it because it had all those games on it, and I was playing Dr. Mario. Like
Frogger. That Frogger was my game.
Frogger was down. Have a great night, Deb. Thank you so much for stopping by.
See you tomorrow at 7. Yes, I will be up at 7.
I will not be. It's Sunday is my official sleeping in day. It just has a goodie box. Yay.
Yes, I do.
Is your
There's
kids?
a lot of stuff in my closet. Don't let anybody see. So your kids call it. It probably is. If they don't get scholarships, they don't go. This is a 6-inch block too. I just picked it up. Look at me.
Pam, I was obsessed with Dr. Mario. Just obsessed with the Nintendo version and the Game Boy version. Oh, that is expensive. 39 inches is a meter.
Mm-hmm.
I tell people I speak two languages, American English and British English. It's just so true, though. We have two completely different languages. And also, there's a big difference between Australian English and American English.
Yep. I lived in
Oh,
Australia, so I speak Australian English, and I have Scots English down to a science. I can totally do Scots
do you
English.
know, I love it when Australian people call McDonald's Macca's.
Macca's. Yep.
I don't know why I like that so much, but I love it when I hear it. It makes me laugh every time.
They have a lot of short names, like nicknames for things in Australia. So many things. And people rarely get to keep their whole name.
Mm.
As in someone names you or like
It just becomes a thing. Like anybody, like if your name was Sharon, right? Your name would be Shaza
oh, I
automatically.
love Shazza, Dazza, Wazza,
Yeah,
Buzza.
all
I
of those
love them.
names. And for the men, it's usually ends with an O. So a Darren would be, Daz or Dazo, you know.
Did you ever watch Houseos?
No, I don't think I ever
There's a
watched that.
show called Houseos, and it made me laugh. Besides the cultural differences, like being a degenerate in Australia is the same as being a degenerate in America. I loved
It's
Houseos. For the longest time, I
uh
couldn't even understand Brits. Well, there's a difference between people who speak the posh King's English and then
Mhm.
the real dialects. Go to
there's
Birmingham and you'll be like, whoa,
Birmingham. Oh, Brummy accents are so Scouse accents are even worse. Like
oh,
Liverpool, oh my god.
what do you like? You're like, what? Like, there's
They
a
say like for can of Coke, it's can of Coke.
But there's a very famous
Like
line in a
it.
movie where there people are trying to talk, and it's someone from America and someone from France, and they're like, "We both speak English, but I don't think we're saying the same thing,"
Mm.
because they're
Yeah.
having this really confusing conversation. I'm really afraid to go to Australia, as my name can have a not great meaning.
They would just assume it wasn't actually your name.
That is true. That's like I know quite a few Karens, and they like go by their middle name now. When kids have school, no sleeping in, but non-school days, absolutely, ma'am. Oh, absolutely. On non-school days, I'm not even setting my alarm clock. We have what's called furlough days here, and so like every Wednesday is a half day,
Oh,
but they literally are just trying to not pay the teachers. I
that's
love that
beautiful.
stuff. They started it years ago. It was a huge controversy here, but it stuck. We still have
I'm surprised you
every.
still put the kids' lunches that day then. And save money that way.
I drop my son off. I go home, change the laundry out, put dishes away, turn around, and then go pick them up.
Be back to go get them. Yeah.
I'm surprised they don't have furlough days where you live.
Well, we're not unionized either, so I don't know.
That just means that there's money in your county. That if you're at work every day, that just means there's money there for you to be there. I was hooked
They're trying to raise our pay though. They're working on it, supposedly. I was on a committee at one time. So
Did that ever go through?
it was about a year ago and they were gonna start with Mecklenburg County, which is down near Charlotte. And then it's like a 5-year plan. So we'll see if it ever comes to fruition. It'll go to Raleigh before it goes anywhere else. But Mecklenburg, yeah.
I used to be able to recognize where in England someone is from their accent. I'm like that with American accents. Like someone from Oklahoma sounds way different from someone from Texas. Someone from Alabama sounds different than
So the
someone from
dialects.
oh,
Yeah.
big time.
Yeah.
Even in Mississippi, they don't even pronounce the whole word. They say Mississippi. Do you live there at one? Did you live there at one time? Oh, for 6 years. Wow.
No. Nope.
No union.
No union.
Here they have a giant union. But like I said, no matter how
That's
much
the
money,
northern states and the
no
East
matter
Coast,
how much,
West Coast apparently.
but they get paid a decent amount of money, but you have to make $120,000 to live on your own here,
Yeah.
at least. So it's not like, relatively speaking, they're just basically like barely above board. Mm. I speak Brooklynese. I love this. In the movie Casablanca, Humphrey Bogart, Casablanca was the last line to America. And like Humphrey Bogart was talking to these Nazis. And they were in his bar. There's all different people from all around. And they're like, "Can you see us in America?" And Humphrey Bogart looks at him and he's like, "Well, there's some parts of Brooklyn you wouldn't want to invade." That I love that line. He just was like, "Good luck, buddy. Good luck." I love that movie. I could seriously sit here and quote that whole movie.
Sheila, I lived for a little while on the island of Jersey, in the channel between England and France. It was fun.
Okay, so
It,
sorry, Shalom, but when you were in Australia, did you see any did you see any of the crazy bugs or like the
oh
wolf
yeah.
spiders?
Okay. You want my spider story?
No,
Yes.
no,
What
no.
about magpies? What about
Okay.
magpies?
Yes, lots of magpies.
I'm muting you.
Wow.
Like, I don't even want to hear it. Just give me
Okay.
a sign when you're back.
No, it's okay. I'll save it. Just tell it to William because he'll laugh because he's a dude.
Hey, Zodiac, how's it going?
Oh, you're
There's
good.
Zodi.
I speak.
Oh, hey. He speaks Texan.
Can confirm.
Nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
No. Texan English is amazing, and like the little phrases that they say are
Yeah.
just amazing. Like I think my favorite is that dog ain't gonna hunt.
I see that.
I say it
that.
wrong. Sorry.
That dog won't hunt.
That dog ain't gonna hunt. More nervous than a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs.
Were there just did you? This is very true, Terry. Don't invade Brooklyn, but that's any major city. Good luck. Now I can see what I missed. Oh my god! Just finishing design the second block. Oh, so awesome, Rita. Awesome. Welcome back.
So William on your block? Figure out what you're gonna do yet?
I'm taking a break. So I don't know how big I want this to be, and or do I want to just continue with that design? I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna make. Hold on. Let me put away my pre-gaming supplies. That
Hey, Ed.
reminds me. Hey, Ed. Hello. Something else I completely forgot that I found in this room. Do you know what I found while digging around?
Oh, is this something? Yeah, no.
I'm afraid.
Oh, you found it.
Aww.
It's
But
batting.
it's batting.
Yes.
I bought this thinking it was for a pillow because I just am compulsive. And I grabbed it. And I've had it in here the whole time because you can't use quilting batting for a pillow. Like you can, but it would be, I don't know. It's just not the same thing. Because I'd have to tear it apart.
How much of it is there? Does it give you the measurement?
72 by 90. It says medium.
Okay, so that's like a double, not quite a queen, I would say.
No, I think it's a.
Or a twin.
Yeah.
72 by 90.
I plan on making tiny quilts and driving everyone crazy. I have plans on making tiny quilts and backing them and putting borders and everything on them.
Really?
Okay.
Let's go. Put me in
what
quilts. I'm ready to quilt.
You know what I can see right now? Here's an idea. You can pay me for it later.
Okay.
Okay, a detachable collar that's quilted and big, and those were huge collars, but it could be thick,
Keep
like
going. You're
a
um
puffer collar, like
I'm
a
sitting in
puffer
your
collar.
office. I'm sitting in your office. You're
Yeah,
selling it to me. I'm still here.
you could make yourself a puffer jacket that's quilted with a giant collar.
I'm not the puffer jacket type though. I like.
Come on, a quilted puffer jacket?
Do you know that so reminds me of a fashion show I watched? Someone did that in denim. I can't remember if it was that Canadian show or if it was the American one. There are so many streaming service channels now that I get things confused. I'm like, what service did I watch this on?
Yeah.
And then when I got blocked from watching, was it So Fierce in Canada?
Oh, So Fierce was the drag queen one,
Which
and that
one?
was in Canada. Yeah, it was in
Yeah, I
Canada.
watched So Fierce and I got blocked out. I never know who won that. I
Oh
got blocked out
no.
on that one.
That was an amazing show. It was basically Project Runway for drag queens,
I got
and it was
blocked
Canadian.
that, and
Oh.
there was another one I used to watch. I got blocked out of all my Canadian shows. I'm still mad. I never.
How long
Oh,
ago was this? Years.
whenever it was on TV, yeah.
Oh, and you're still mad over it?
I want my Canadian shows back.
Sorry.
And
Canadian
it wasn't
shows
just
are pretty
Canadian.
good.
It wasn't just Canadian shows. I had access to all the British shows as well.
Yeah.
And here
Yeah.
we really, unless you pay for it, you don't have access to stuff like that.
Yeah. We get a lot of British content.
I miss So Fierce, and I miss all of those old shows I used to watch.
So Fierce was amazing. Like just
batting was good.
watching what those people could create
And
in such a short time, it was like, oh my gosh.
that's the thing. I don't care who you are, what you are. If you can sew, I'm gonna watch your show. Because
Yeah.
I sit there and marvel. There was another show, I can't remember. I can't remember if it was on Netflix or Paramount Plus, but this young man won a contest by being a denim upcycler. And I was like,
Oh,
when he
cool.
won, I was like, you're not crying, I'm crying. But he like was a nobody, and he beat out fashion designers and all of these like professionals.
That's amazing.
And he had amazing ideas, but these guys are above, they'll make like a 4-foot jacket, or like, they make crazy stuff. Or this one guy made a giant backpack and they called it fashion, and he won a challenge.
Zodi's on my butt right now about not being able to watch the NFL.
Oh, thank you, Jerry.
I have been trying to watch Sunday Texan games with him for so long, and I am completely blocked out no matter what I do. I cannot watch a football game. I tried 2 different, like, one of those browsers that's supposed to have a built-in what is that thingy called? I'm braining it. Anyway, I did all. I went so far to try to watch a Texans game, and no effing luck.
I'm loving these ideas. Hey, Christy V, hello. Oh, quilted hood would be fun. I'm taking notes right now because I could make a puffy hood in 10 seconds. It makes you feel better, Canada.
Yeah, see, he's on my ass.
Thought of you today when Faith No More came on the radio. That is my band. That's my band. Patton,
that's it.
all of like Mr. Bungle, Peeping Tom, all of Patton's bands I'm into. I'll spare you the metal speech, but I love Faith No More. I'm never moving to Canada. Fun fact, if you've ever had a felony, they will not even let you cross the border. So anyone trying to cross over, be careful. I'm looking at my people who don't tell the truth to themselves. Canada knows. And they're even stricter now. I had a VPN and it got locked out. Then I tried another one, and then like I had to reset all my shows, and then that got locked out. I think I was going with 2 commercial sites. Managed to watch over the airways. What does it tell you about what can be done? That is true.
Yeah, the struggles of living in Canada Light, let me tell you.
Where I live, we basically have the same laws as you guys, except for a few things. Like, it's weird. When every time someone will say something about Canada, I'm like, it's like that here too.
Yeah, I hear that a lot, especially BC. We're the California of Canada over here.
It just, yeah, exactly. It's just a. Oh man, I am.
Right. You got to pick owl or lion.
Lion.
Okay.
Oh, let's see what the ring people have to say. Any idea of which helicopters are above Hemingway? Oh, get out of here! I can tell these people. I'm not going to say it.
Ghetto birds.
No, the Ring Network. Somebody will say something, and I can tell they're not from here. There's they build helicopters in my town. They build Chinook helicopters. There's always helicopters flying over, so it may or may not be the authorities. It could be some 19-year-old kid on a test flight. Because there's in any town there's military stuff in America.
No one's like on a high-speed chase.
Could be. Go check
that
YouTube.
one happening when I'm there now.
Yes, you are the invoker of high-speed chases now. Oh, that's so funny. No, I think we get high-speed chases all the time, and quite honestly, I don't even know why at this point people even run. Like, you're gonna get caught, buddy. But it is what it is. As I'm confusingly trying to put these blocks together.
But it's fun for us to watch. I watch a lot of high-speed chases on YouTube.
Yeah.
Those troopers in Arkansas, whoo, they go for it.
It's different in other states because they don't play like here. They'll do it all for show. They'll follow you.
Mm.
So what's this called?
It's 2 flying geese.
Oh, really? I like flying geese. Okay, I might do the flying geese.
That's one of my favorite blocks ever to make. It's a flying geese.
Where is OJ? No, and yes, Sheila, there is a ring network, and people complain so much on it. For me, like during the fire, it was amazing because people were able to communicate. People were able to clearly tell each other, like, hey, you need to evacuate here and do this. But now it's just become people like somebody asked the best burger in my town, and people were like, get off of the network. It's strictly for break-ins, lost pets, and why am I seeing 50 cops in front of my house? It could be medical. Absolutely. There is a major hospital in the middle of my town. I mean, like in the extreme middle of my town.
The best high-speed chase I ever saw that never happened. We were just getting out of construction, and suddenly the road opened to 2 lanes, and a Lamborghini pulled out, and it just vaporized. It's gone. And a cop was about 3 cars behind me, and he pulled out, and he accelerated for about 5 seconds, and then just went nah and got back into the line of the slow cars.
That's funny. I've seen accidents like that. I've seen there was one time there was this major accident, and I was telling people, you go over here and here, and this cop pulled up. He's like, you have it, you took charge, good for you, and he left. I'm like, bro, aren't you supposed to be like taking information from people? He was like, I'm not dealing with this. The guy in the cowboy hat's acting like he's in charge. He can have it. I guess I needed to make an actual written pattern for this so I don't forget how to do it before releasing the video. I am all impulse, Rita, so no judgment here whatsoever. Okay, so I'm not kidding you, Sheila. The Ring Network is more for like, why is this weird person in my neighborhood? Why, we keep it open for communication, but not for best burger. Exactly. That is what Reddit's for. I'm glad that my other neighbor shamed this man. They don't want to do the paperwork. Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Here, more than anything else, they get mad at you if you make them work because we're just people are just a pile of paperwork. Oh, I can't remember. Where are my notes? There was something else, but I scattered my notes because I'm all over the place today. You know what's so sad? This is like my morning. I am literally waking up right now. I was groggy up until about 3 hours ago.
Well, you got your sugar going, I guess. How much sugar you put in your coffee?
Enough where you can stick a spoon in it and it'll stand up straight.
Yeah.
Shalom, when you drink coffee, do you drink thick coffee or iced tea?
Thick? What do you mean thick coffee?
Something you can drive from your house to Seattle without blanking. Well, you'd have to be
Oh,
on a boat,
no.
but
Yeah, no, it's nuclear. It's pretty nuclear. But it's like it's super bougie and super luxury and fancy. Like I have this whole ritual to making coffee and I do pour over and I grind my like I get super California with it, right? Like it's I have, dark roast beans and they're always organic and fair trade. And I measure out my beans into my grinder and I grind them, put them into my, you know, metal mesh strainer because that way I don't use paper
there's nothing.
filters.
Hey, hold on. Just because I'm from California does okay. I do all of that, but not all Californians do
Yeah,
that. Okay,
no, but
but I
that's
do
that's
that. That's
where the
heaven.
stereotype comes from. Come
That's
on, you got to
heaven,
admit.
though.
Yeah, and then, I have recipes from it, like, if it's this certain kind of coffee, I'll put a pinch of salt in it to neutralize the acidity, and,
Oh
um
wow!
yeah, and
So you're more
sometimes
hardcore even than me.
oh, okay, yeah, and
I
I use vanilla bean paste when I feel like vanilla, you
what?
know? Yes. Yeah.
I took
Yeah,
notes.
Okay,
I do, and I heat my milk, and then I
I
froth it with my milk frother. And
okay, Zodiac.
I pour the liquid into the cup first, then the coffee, and then the fluff goes on top.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. So
so he actually them.
Zodiac and I would be drinking Folgers, minding our own business while you're taking 45 minutes to make one cup of coffee.
Shalom, I'm on Team Shalom. Shalom, we're good together.
But, like, I bought all of this stuff, like, to make snob coffee,
Okay,
and I had it sent to Zodi at home.
I like the fact that like if you do it at home, that's different than walking up to some
Yeah.
poor 19-year-old kid and be like, I want a half calf at 170 degrees and blah 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 blah. Like that's just mean.
Uh-huh.
That's just mean to do to a kid.
Yeah, no, I don't like anybody else's coffee as much as mine. I don't want to drink coffee that I spend $10 on. I don't want that crap. I want my own coffee because it's better.
I'll drink it. I'm see. Here's my thing. I prefer stiff coffee, but I'm not a snob. I'll drink coffee at a gas station, truck stop, at the tire place. They constantly have a pot in the waiting room. Every time I go and get tired, I go in there and drink a full cup of
And it's
coffee.
at least
That's
6
absolutely,
hours old. Oh, no.
absolutely disgusting.
No,
Oh
that's
yeah.
tobacco juice at that point.
You,
Oh
you
yeah.
can have it all day long. Don't offer that to me. I'll be like,
That-
sorry.
So that's my thing. Like I'm not a snob when it comes to coffee. I am very particular how I drink it. But if the ingredients are not there, I'll drink it black. I'll drink it like I'm not too hardcore.
Black, but with so much sugar, you can
Yes.
fucking rot your teeth.
I
Yeah,
like if my teeth fall out, I know it's from sugar and not from anything else.
yeah, yeah. And the only time I'll ever sweeten my coffee is when I have maple sugar to put in it.
What
And
about
I'm sending some maple sugar because it's so good.
do you know I do some crazy stuff every once in a while. I'll put Hershey's syrup in my coffee.
You make a mocha.
Upset. Poor man's latte, I like to call it. Because I'm at my house.
Shalom, I just sent you a text.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I have a 5-gallon water cooler that has the water osmosis on it for hot and ice water, but it has a Keurig in the center for those K-cups. Hubby uses the Keurig. I do not unless I was K-cup hot. Oh, hot chocolate is so good.
Yeah.
I still drink Swiss Miss.
You said lion, right? I just had to remember.
I said lion. That is extraordinary.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh. What? He's looking
through you. Through you. You're changing. I had to put my eyeballs away because you're changing colors. It's okay. Plot away. I'm gonna wear it and love it. Whatever it is, I'm gonna say it's great. Or if you're wearing it, I'm gonna say it's even better. I don't even know what it is.
Your butt looks fantastic in those pants.
Your butt looks great in those jeans. See, I'm practicing.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's the right answer.
That makes you look like you're 19.
You said you gotta make me big so you can see it. Yeah.
By all means.
There you go.
Ooh.
Right? Like tulip pink. Hello. This is why.
Look, it's a broken dish with a lion.
I love it.
I'll show you my trick later. I didn't even have to piece it. I just folded it on each other.
David Copperfield. You need a top hat. You need a top hat.
David Copperfield.
Are you shooing away the big screen? They love you. The people love you. They love your block. They love your room. Your Rose Parade wave.
I'm playing more for the queen. I'm queen.
She's now the pageant girl.
Absolutely. That is amazing. I love it. Absolutely.
I didn't want to outdo you. I was waiting for your block.
No, I'm sitting here playing. You're the pro. I'm in the bullpen. I'm just throwing pitches against the fence.
And fabric feels so good and just it's so soft. You just want to pet it and love on it. So now I'm gonna pet my lion.
Yeah. And now, and you know how expensive it is, especially if it's from last season.
I could sell this.
That's your $4,000 line right there.
This is going for $100, y'all.
Yep. Oh yeah, I'll put it on one of William's vests on the back of put it on the back of a jean jacket. I would so wear
that. I would sport that.
Should I send it to you?
Hey, hello, Mona. Hello.
There's a point that's gonna this point over here is gonna get cut off though, because it didn't line up. But it's okay. It'll work.
Is that where you're? Never mind. Absolutely love it. Absolutely. I do the same thing. I think that's why I bought it.
When I do my videos, I do like this, and then I do this like that, and then I screenshot it, and that's like the beginning of my video.
Yay, Mona! Hello, and happy after birthday. Happy day after birthday.
Mona. Yes, happy belated.
Yeah.
So are you putting that back?
Jacket. Fierce.
Oh, I'll put that back.
Yes, Sheila. It's the Connecticut block.
I just made the Connecticut block, y'all.
You have to put a sweater over your shoulders and say, "I'm from Connecticut."
Yeah, a white one.
All I have is a sparkle jacket.
It'll work. You look like someone's gambling grandma, though. Whenever I think of a visor and a sparkly jacket, it reminds me of retirees because I used to gamble and it was me and compulsive, Marge 85 with a cigarette.
The bingo ladies with their bingo wings.
$5 for the Connecticut. I have to put my kids through college.
That's beautiful.
There you go.
And I can even make another one for the owl.
I'm gonna tell everybody it's $100 patch. If anyone says anything else that you can't afford this.
Yeah.
If
you have to ask how much it is, you can't afford it.
It's exactly. It's priceless because so just So plus my chest made it. Oh, me. Anywho.
That was awesome. That's absolutely awesome. I'm over here just playing with flying geese, thinking about broken dishes.
I took the broken dish and just stepped it up a notch.
Hey, Emerald,
Okay.
sprinkle some pepper on that, Emerald.
So I'm just
You don't
I'm just
remember?
waiting.
He used to say, "Let's kick it up a notch."
Bam!
So
I
are
watched.
you gonna do the flying geese?
Wait, she's taking it to Flavortown.
Man, we've had more innuendo. We started off with talking about chaps. We've had more innuendo today.
No, that's just that guy with that sticks his sunglasses on his head.
The guy who was holding the
Guy
World Cup.
Fieri. Guy
Fieri.
Fieri.
Yeah, Guy.
He always said that. Taking
Writer's
things to Flavortown.
Bam.
I miss that show. Do you know I actually have gone to restaurants because of him. If he's on my side of town, he goes somewhere, I'm like, I'll check that out.
Okay, the best cooking show of all time, and you fight me over this, was the Cajun Cooking with Justin Wilson.
Oh.
Never heard of
Justin
it.
Wilson? Oh my God, he was like this 85-year-old Cajun guy with the big, thick accent, and he said when he's talking about chopping him some onion, and he would tell like these stories. Oh my God, he was the best.
I like Jamie. You remember Jamie?
Jamie Oliver.
Jamie Oliver, yeah.
Yeah, he was not. He was good.
He actually tried. He came to America and was appalled by our school system, so he tried to feed the kids. I actually respect him. I thought you two were going to QuiltCon.
Who you?
I chose not to go to QuiltCon this year, but I will be going to whatever the show is.
We're being holograms.
I'll be going. Yeah, we are holograms. We're there right now.
We're there right now.
If you are watching this, you are watching a pre-recorded program. No, I will be going to the Las Vegas Quilt Show.
Yeah,
meet me there. Be there or be square. March 21st, I believe. 20th, something around there. I'll be there. Eating pancakes and wearing a giant cowboy hat.
The big, tall 10-gallon hat.
Have fun.
My hat is just a step bigger than my other ones, and I can tell. When I turn my head, it blocks the sun. You know what's really funny?
It blocks the wind too.
I knew somebody who worked for Gordon Ramsay. He would get all these shows catered. I knew someone that they own a company called Tasty Cakes. It doesn't exist anymore, so I can say the name. But Gordon Ramsay smoked a gajillion cigarettes, and he is not that angry in real life. He's more nervous.
Yeah.
That's what my brother did a wine display unit for one of his restaurants.
Huh. Interesting.
I have a request.
Way to praise himself.
I have a request from Joydy, and I can never, ever not say yes to Joydy. I loved Hell's Kitchen. I absolutely loved all of those shows, but I don't know, I'm weird. I'm not into cooking, but I like watching cooking shows. Is that weird?
No, those are great.
I'll eat fancy food. I just won't make it.
Put a border around it, Shalom. Put a border.
Ooh, yes.
So,
I'm thinking.
Mona, the other day, I was talking to my twin, and I was in here cleaning, making a mess, and I found my plague mask. And to anyone just tuning in, welcome to the House of Sewing. We have nothing but fun here, and we have flying geese and plague masks. We have a big giant head. Oh man!
And when he tips it up, he's a narwhal.
Yes.
I have to maneuver my beak over my microphone.
He's a shoebill stork.
I'm a shoebill plague doctor.
Norwell.
He sells death loops instead of Fruit Loops.
Oh, quilt block on the hat.
I
Interesting.
actually saw something like that
What
at Road
about
to
a quilted
California.
hat band? Like a
Oh,
teeny tiny micro
oh.
quilted hat band.
Are you going to wear that hat when you go to Vegas? The hat you have on right now?
If I'm taking requests, I think I might have to at this point.
Okay. Shalom, we're going to have to make him a band.
Yes. Yes, I agree.
Like,
I
no.
absolutely agree.
Should be tulip pink.
Oh,
Thank you,
oh,
Sydney. Thank
oh.
you.
Go ahead. What?
I have black leather barbed wire. It's leather that looks like barbed wire.
Nice.
This thing is, you know why I love this mask is because, whoops, wrong angle. There's
Yeah.
my flying geese. Because when you start dancing, you look extra. It's just, this mask is nothing but fun.
You're extra, all right, William. You are extra.
I don't know.
I love this thing. Look, I'm just minding my own business with my big beak.
He looks like Snuffleupagus.
I'm gonna survive the plague with my plague doctor mask.
Mm-hmm.
No, he looks like an elephant about to ride a horse. I love it. Oh no, I'm laughing, so I'm fogging up my glasses. Ooh. Oh, I
I'll have
gotta
to go back
breathe.
and get a screenshot of that one.
Oh. Band with porcupine quills on it.
Mm.
I love my plague mask. I absolutely love my plague mask. I have a stainless steel spikes. I'll go for punk rock. I go for outer space cowboy. I'll go for punk rock cowboy. Totally. I was, you know what's really funny? I was born this way. I've been extra my whole life.
Yeah.
Now I have Lady Gaga stuck in my head. William is right. I see plague mask and I think
I'm glad Zodiac feels that way.
Uh-huh.
So Zodiac, if I can't see your eyes, I don't want to see you in a mask. Like I have to be able to see it.
Sheila, my aesthetic is pretty grungy, punky kind of leather jacket, and jeans with lots of holes, and
that's how I dress.
a band shirt, you know, Joy Division or the Misfits or weird stuff.
Heck yeah, I dress the same way. Fun fact, the Cowboy Museum in Oklahoma has barbed wire exhibit, but they didn't have leather barbed wire.
They're missing out. I got turned on to the leather barbed wire because I love Vivienne Westwood. I love her designs. She's my dearly departed queen.
Thank you, Alibaba. Thank you. Thank you.
There's one in every crowd. I still like you, Ollie.
I love my plague mask. And you know what? I would like to thank everybody for reminding me that this thing was in this room. I forgot it was even here. Every once in a while, I lose my sojo. And I need to remind myself, I made this by hand. I was guessing. That's why the beak is so huge. I didn't think the pattern.
Typical male.
The pattern was so, like, I didn't like the pattern, so I just kept sewing. Because I had a pattern, but then I was like, oh, this is terrible. I got the Cowboy Museum shirt. Oh, that's awesome.
That totally counts.
I've been to that one. The one in
Totally
Oklahoma,
counts.
I've been there.
Damn you. I want to go to the Punk Museum in Las Vegas. I've already told Zodi that he's better prepare himself because we're doing it.
Thank you for reminding me it's there. I will add it to my itinerary. Do you know there are certain places where you travel and like every time I go to Vegas, there's so many things I want to do and everything I forget to do.
Mm-hmm. See, that's why you make a list.
And you gotta go by the seat of your pants. You show up into town with a big floppy hat, chewing a piece of straw.
But like if there's like the top 3 things that you want to do, like make the top 3 things and then everything else can just be organic.
Okay,
mob
I'm not anti
museum?
that. I'm not anti
Okay.
that.
I gotta
Okay.
see the mob museum too.
The
We're going to
mob
the mob museum as well.
Yeah.
I got a Cowboy Museum shirt. I love that place, Sheila. I love the Cowboy Museum. Like I said, I've been to Oklahoma and they were good to me. And I'm not even saying that to be facetious. People were not like what I thought they were going to be like. Maybe I caught them on a good day, but Oklahoma was good to me.
Yeah.
I didn't even meet the Tiger King. I was so mad when I watched the show. And I was like, oh, I was 20 miles away from the Tiger King. They,
Man, you're dreaming of Las Vegas already, and the show's not for another month for you. How are you gonna live that long? You're gonna end up going before.
I have flying geese. I
Yeah.
have, you know, the more and more that I get into my no buy, I am sitting in a room of fabric.
Yes.
I went fabric shopping today. I'm not kidding you, in my own house. I was just like going from pile to pile. Oh, I like this. Oh, I like this.
You just, yeah, I've been doing the same thing, going through my stuff and just falling in love with all the stuff that I have and I bought it because I was in love with it in the first place.
Exactly. That's what I tell myself, Shalom. Like, you bought this because you like it. Do something with it.
Yeah. Like, I think of, oh, I'm going to save it for something special. And I'm just like, well, I've been saving it for 10 years, or however many years. And it's time to do something fun with it.
1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You should let the woman behind you wear it while you're on. Oh, I forgot you could
Oh
still
my
see her
God.
face. I forgot you could. Do you know what's really funny, Joydie? She actually would rock the plague mask, but people were like, between this and the eagle, people have phobias about masks.
Well, I
Even
think
my furry head, I don't look at it like a furry head. It's just something I bought in a bin at Walmart for $20. People from Oklahoma are some of the nicest people I've ever met. I'm telling you, I just had this weird vision in my head, and they were so good to me. Like, I will never stop saying that. Talked with a bunch of people of Oklahoma people on ham radio, nice folks. Absolutely, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know, places have weird stereotypes.
I want to go where some woman is going to bless my heart because of something dumb I said, because I'm Canadian and don't know things.
Just wear any kind of metal patch in the South. You'll get all kinds of bless your hearts.
I might get a prayer circle.
I have all kinds of, like, I'm obsessed with King Diamond, Slayer, like all kinds of bands you've never heard of. And so I have crazy patches, and people would be like, oh, bless your heart. Like, to my face. To my face.
Who hasn't heard of Slayer and King Diamond? Excuse me.
Slayer more, a certain generation kind of missed out on King Diamond.
I mean, my kids listen to King Diamond.
So does mine, but he like, yeah.
But they're kind of, the apples never fall far, do they?
Absolutely. Whenever I hear him listening to something, I'm like, I did okay. I'll hear something that I said, hey, you should listen to this band, and then he's rocking his headphones. I'm like, okay, I did something right.
Thank you, Candace.
That's right. Candace lives in the real South. No, I'm sorry, Sydney. Sydney lives in Alabama, I believe.
Oh, there you go.
And Candace does live in the real South as well. I've been to Georgia, and they talk. I've been to Savannah, and they talk like this, and it's too slow for someone like me who talks at 100 miles an hour. I'm kidding. Absolutely.
I need some Southern culture. I really want to. Like, I'm so, I don't know. Like, I'm really an example of where I come from. I'm definitely a product of being from Vancouver Island.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. It's okay.
No, I was gonna say I've even been to like Kentucky and people were nice to me. I think sometimes there's stereotypes, and don't get me wrong, I've walked into places in California, in Northern California. I walked in, everybody stops what they're doing, and they're like, what planet is this guy from? You know, it is my home state.
And I agree with Sheila. There's a few people from North Carolina on this in this area, in this community.
Really?
Absolutely.
I've never
But
heard
am
of
I
it.
really Southern? I don't think so. So,
Never heard of it.
You know, and it's funny that you would say that. I'm biased. Like when people say things about California or Southern California, I'm biased because I live here. So I know that most of the people are not the stereotype. It's the people that actually move here, and they're the ones who perpetuate the stereotype.
yeah.
Because we're not all walking around with sunglasses on thinking we're movie stars. Most people are going to work.
You know what? Another thing no, I'd never had biscuits and gravy until a year ago.
Oh, addicted.
And I've never had anybody else make biscuits and gravy for me. I've only ever made them myself.
If I had pearls, I would clutch them right.
Oh man, I make homemade biscuits like
Yay.
every other day, like homemade biscuits.
I've made homemade biscuits a lot of times, but never with the sausage gravy. It's never been a thing.
Yes.
I love it, but I love it. It's
Very
just
simple biscuits.
mind blowing.
I love Louisiana too.
I would love to go to Louisiana and have somebody think I was a dumb tourist and speak French at me, and then I could turn around and answer because I speak French.
No, but it's a different. It
is a different French, but I still understand it. It's like the French from New Brunswick.
Mm-hmm.
Which is where the Cajun French people came from when they got chased out of New Brunswick.
Oh, nice.
I feel shocked that Shalom's has never had biscuits and gravy until like a year ago. Yeah. I'm obsessed with that.
So you got to work a little harder on this.
I'm obsessed with biscuits and gravy. It'll probably cut years off my life of how much I like them.
Allie, I can make biscuits and scones. No, they speak. I know they speak Cajun French, but I still understand it, and I could still speak back to them in a way that they could understand as well. Like I just want that shock factor of what
I speak Spanish. Any time I went anywhere south of Mexico City, I could barely communicate with people because of all the dialects.
Yeah.
The entire country speaks Spanish. Then you get anywhere past Mexico City, and that's where you get all these weird different dialects.
Yeah, there's a few different dialects of French here as well. So, it is different. They say things differently. They pronounce, their grammar is different, but it's still, I can still understand it.
Kimberly, you would love Arizona. Arizona is like. It's a weird state, but you can drive an ATV and shoot an AK-47 out in the middle of the desert. Arizona's a crazy place. I liked living there when I lived there. Biscuits and gravy is a waste of good biscuits. I'm obsessed with biscuits and gravy.
There's a few things that I need to have, though. I need to have banana pudding. And Zodi always talks about their cornbread dressing that they have with the turkey at Thanksgiving, etc. And I've never had it like their way, and I really want to. But I would make it, and I've bought all the stuff to make cornbread. I've bought, but until I've had someone else make it for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it's supposed to taste like.
Exactly. No, yeah, it's like my husband's grandma. She makes dressing, but she makes it into patties, and then she puts it in the oven, and it's all crispy on the outside.
Oh my God!
It's so delicious. And she'd just say, "Go get a fat hen and get day old bread and biscuits," and like she'd go through the whole list. We're like, Grandma, we need more. We need more. So we're still trying to figure out her recipe, but I think she cranked up the oven and to make it all crispy, and then brought it back down and like spray. But no one believes me.
My grandma would do stuff like that. because certain things we had to figure out her little tricks.
Yeah.
Like
So I'm gonna try it some year.
oh man, now I'm craving chicken and rice.
My granny made the very best mac and cheese in the whole world.
I could use some.
I will tell you though, in France, it was really weird how French people speak Mexican Spanish. For some reason, it's easy for them to speak that language, and people would walk up to my friend, they'd be like, Mexico, and then we'd all have a conversation. So it was weird. It just depends on where you are. And they speak it more than anyone from around here ever would. But I also knew somebody who was from Hamburg, Germany, and he came to America speaking perfect, like the Kings.
That's amazing.
And he was taught in school.
Yeah.
It's
Well, a lot of things
yeah,
are written-
European people are amazing with how many languages they speak. I dated a guy from Holland who spoke 7 languages fluently.
Crazy.
It's nuts.
That's
Man, I can
absolutely.
read in one language, talking in another, reading another. I don't
Yeah.
know.
To show you the difference between Germany's school system and America's, my friend Max and I are the same age. I drive a tractor. He's a brain surgeon. A literal brain surgeon.
Okay. There you go.
And I drive a tractor in really big squares. Over and over and over. Arizona's only wacko when the snowbird's coming in wintertime. Phoenix has changed though. Phoenix has become what LA used to be, and it's not necessarily a good thing. Phoenix is like LA in 1987.
I couldn't live anywhere that far south. I am so sensitive to heat. Like Zodi and I often have conversations that, like, when it's 80 degrees, I call that 800. It's like 80 is just this line that if I pass it, I start to feel unwell.
Do you know it was 78, almost 80 here today?
That is crazy.
That's heavy. Like for
No.
me, it's unbearable when it gets over 105.
Yeah.
Anything like they'll say it's 110. Anything over 105, I'm not kidding. At least to me, it all feels the same. I've been in 117, 119. It all feels the same.
But you don't have the humidity over there like we do.
Not here.
Mm-mm.
Not at all. I used to have a T-shirt. When I was in junior high, I had a T-shirt of a skeleton, and he's in the middle of the Arizona desert, and he says, "It's a dry heat here." Oh, I miss that shirt. I guarantee if I looked it up on Amazon, I could probably find it.
Probably could. But yeah, Ollie, I would melt. I would absolutely melt. And like I have that when I say I have off blue skin, I'm not kidding. Like I have Irish skin, and when I get burnt, I get blisters and I peel. I have a sunburn on my chest from 10 years ago that's still like it broke my capillaries in my skin.
Good gravy.
Yeah, I am built to be a complete wimp. All my genetics are from people from cold, wet islands back 400 generations.
That's rough.
Yeah, I am not a heat girl, unfortunately. I can't even go in a hot tub.
Me and the prairie dogs are out there like this, just standing in the sun. Yeah, I'm a photo cell. I am like activated by the sun.
I'm a shade worshiper.
They're taught British English over there. They are. It's really crazy. Rita, here in Georgia, it's hot, but the humidity that gets you absolutely. Right. And that's the thing. It doesn't get humid here, so it could be 105, and we're just walking around. But you can practice that many languages there. You have so many countries in a short distance. Here, unless you live on the southern border, I know a lot of people that live up north that speak French, though. I know people in Minnesota, North Dakota.
Oh.
It's your favorite accent, isn't it? That is your favorite.
One of my favorite accents. Well, it's because I had a team teacher and he was from Minnesota and he would drive me nuts. So every time I hear that accent, it just makes me cringe. I just think about him.
What do you say? Don't you know?
Don't you know?
You
Yeah.
betcha.
Oh, I love you, bet. You
Yeah.
betcha. I love you, betcha.
You betcha. Mm.
See, people up north are the salt of the earth. That's another place where I've been around. Like, oh, I wish I could take you all home. I wish I could take you all home, but then it wouldn't be home.
Yeah.
Absolute salt of the earth. That and I've watched Fargo like 10,000 times. I don't tan. I burn and go back to pale.
Mm.
People speak multiple languages are multilingual. People who speak one language are. Oh, I'm gonna need my inhaler. Oh, I speak a couple languages. You know, it's an age thing too. I've noticed the younger generation, they like I was taught different languages by my predecessors, and so people no longer do that. So people are one or two generations removed. They don't even speak the language. So I think it's more of a younger generation thing. I can't imagine India's last summer. Yeah, it gets hot, man. It gets so. We have smog here too, but not like India. I have to be careful as the heat does me, and absolutely. Where's your block, William? It's sitting here. It's flying. It's flying towards the camera. Let's look at it. It's flying south for the winter. Oh, where's my geese call? Yes, I have a duck and a geese somewhere, but I'll spare you because they're deep and they're guttural. And I just remembered on this microphone, everyone will hate me if I go get my duck call.
He'll have it finished. He'll show you guys all tomorrow.
Yeah, we need something to do on the power hour. I might, you know what's funny? We're gonna show up. I might have 15 of these done.
Okay, so are you ready?
Born.
Me. Okay, so if this is, you already have the broken dish, but technically you've already used it. But you have 26 days until you go to your little quilt store. You could do like a block a day and create yourself a quilt.
Oh, I like that idea. I love that idea.
It would be too much, but yeah.
I love that idea.
But he's got to do like a jacket or something
know.
and wear it to the quilt show.
Yeah. So yeah, it would take too much time away from him.
I actually have a bunch of vests that need back patches, and I am trying to back off of my super aggressive clothing because I am in my 40s and I do wear some patches where people are like, "How old are you? You dress like an angry 15-year-old in 1986." So I'm trying to back off some of my filthy patches, even though I can't stop buying them. And see, that's the thing. When I go through my patch box, I'm like, oh, I bought this. I was in a different place in my life when I bought this patch. They are passive aggressive. I'm working on it, Pam. I'm working, I swear.
Pam, but see, he talks. He has a lot of other things that he's doing, and I can just sit here and go on mute and just so.
And I'm,
yeah.
we're hanging out. This is a sewing community. This is sewing entertainment.
Yeah.
Holy cow, we're going on 3 hours.
Oh my word.
See, we have had fun. We wore the plague mask. I did backflips in this room a couple times.
We talked about cars.
Absolutely.
Pole dancers.
I know tiny snippets of other languages. Not enough to do. You know what, though? That's a good place to start, though, Kilroy.
Yeah, it is.
Language. Like, you'd be so surprised. I taught somebody in their 70s how to speak Spanish. You're never too old. You're never too old.
I really want to learn more Spanish. I mean, I speak Dora Spanish, right? So I know where my socks and shoes are. But But
I'm
yeah,
right there with you.
I would love to learn more Spanish, but it has so many similarities to French that it's a lot easier to do. That's how I picked up the limited amount of Italian I have.
Oh,
Although,
Christy, I know your accent. Sorry, go ahead.
no, no, it's okay.
No, but when Christy said that she's from Grand Forks, North Dakota, I'm like, oh, I know that accent well. There are certain there are certain places where someone says, oh, I'm from so and so. I'm like, how do you really talk? How do you
Uh-huh.
really?
Yep. Hmm.
I know someone who's actually like real life born on the bayou in Louisiana, and
Mhm,
you can't tell until they get angry.
mhm.
Then you're like, say that again. What was that? Was that English or French? What was that? Oh, now I have born on a bayou stuck in my head. I love Creedence Clearwater. You should
My
put some quilt blocks on vests. That's what I'm gonna do. You know what's so funny, Candace? I got this idea from a woman who was walking into like a restaurant. I saw the back of her jacket and I'm like, oh, that's just a simple block. And she was looking all gangster with her denim jacket on. I was like, I have to
Mhm.
do that. I have to do that.
Yes, you do.
So that's literally where I got the idea from. I am constantly observing people's style. Constantly. And if I like something, I am not above copying it. Let's not be fancy. But
I
is that
mean,
copying? Is that like
it doesn't matter. No, that person was an accidental influencer. Okay, she was an influencer.
I agree.
A drive-by influencer? She was walking. I don't know if she's walking in or out, but I was like, oh, and that the thing is, I spotted her jacket. I'm like, oh, I know where she's coming from because she had a quilt block on the back. You know, the quilt shows over there. Doesn't take a rocket
Mhm.
scientist to figure it out. Oh, Pam, you can give me a hard time anytime. I absolutely think you're amazing.
She is.
If you can, this is so true. If you can't practice a foreign language, it's hard to retain. That
Mhm.
happened to me. I know this is going to sound crazy, but when I lived in Oregon, I barely spoke English when I was like running restaurants and stuff. When I came back to Southern California, no one around me necessarily would speak Spanish, so I lost it in a way.
Mhm.
And it wasn't until the past like 5 years that I really gain it back because I was trying.
If you learn languages when you're young, it's
Mhm.
easier to retain, even though you do get rusty and it comes and goes. Like you can, if you're immersed in it for a couple of weeks, it comes back.
That is true. Immersion is so real. I've
Yep.
been a few places more south of the border where like it is sink or swim and you will pick it up. You will pick up the language. I knew fluent Spanish from Spain due to stepdad was fluent in Italian per grandparents. Now speak none of it but understand bare minimum. It's really weird like that. Language is so weird. When I lived in Germany, I took controversial German
Oh, poor
classes. I was
Sheila.
so excited to go to the bakery and order in German when I did. She said English, please. Okay,
Oh.
this is so insulting. Like, there's been many times. This is one of the reasons I don't speak French because I've tried and I know certain words. I just don't say it because every time I try to speak French to somebody, they're like, "I speak English." Every time, every time I've ever tried to speak
I'm just gonna make it easy on you now. Yeah. But, I bet you when you speak French, you speak it with a Spanish accent. That
Unfortunately, I do. And
well, it
German was the only language where I was able to not have the Spanish like role in it. German is the only language that I tried to learn where it didn't have that twang to it.
I had a friend who went to Germany as an exchange student for a year, and she came back, and she was in my French class, and when she spoke French, she spoke it with the thickest German accent I've ever heard, and it was just beautiful. I would giggle every time she spoke in class, and I had to try not to giggle
Mhm.
because
I have a good friend, someone I've known my entire life. We are families. We've just known each other our entire lives. When he was 12, he moved to Tennessee. he no longer like he still comes and hangs out. He randomly shows up at my house once a year with his wife. Great people. He sounds like he's from Tennessee. He has a thick Tennessee accent, and he's a surfer dude, born and raised in California, but you know, he moved there at a young age and he picked it up. He lives in Georgia now with his Tennessee accent. They probably order English because you at least because you at least tried French. I'm like that. Like, I don't know. It's just certain places are weird. In Mexico, they'll ignore you. Like the deeper you go, they'll ignore you if you don't speak Spanish. It just depends on where you're from and where you're at. The tourist towns, they all speak English.
I want to know what language Ed speaks if he doesn't like speaking English. Where are you from, Ed?
Oh, what language do you speak? Oh, I'm so interested now. I was in Germany for 3 years. I still say just instead of just. It took me years to say instead of tripas, I would say intestines. I swear I just liked the word tripas, which means intestines. Spanish word of the day.
It's like tripe.
Yeah,
like saying tripe.
Exactly. Right. That's
It's
exactly. Wow, I find it annoying to speak English. I had a college professor that taught computer science, and he was from Germany, and he was teaching me some German, but do not know. Same. I tried to I would get those Berlet's classes, or I probably have. I have all kinds of like languages on DVDs and CDs in here. If you ever want to learn a different language, I could definitely help you out. All right, we've been going for 3 hours. This has been a great block party. I'm going to sew my flying geese together. But tomorrow, I'll be back at it for the power hour.
You will.
And tomorrow at 5 o'clock, please go check out So Blessed by Jess.
Yay.
Because she'll be starting out our hat trick Sunday.
Hat trick Sunday. Oh, I like that. Oh, yes.
I'm trying. I'm dipping my patent pending. We're trying. We'll try that one.
You're just missing hockey. It's on your brain.
I am big time. I would never have guessed you don't speak English. You know, and same. But I always really assume that everybody does in a really weird way.
Yeah.
Why did I change? Okay, good. Good, we beat Utah 5-3. We still should have let them hang 3 on us, but that's okay. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. Are you still going live at 8, Jess?
Yes. Yes, I am. And then William will be going live at 9 and Tammy at 10.
6 o'clock to all my West Coasters.
Yeah.
5, 6, and 7.
East
Coast. I love you too, Sydney.
You guys, come on, talk to me. They're all, half of them are East Coast anyway. I can name them all. Mona,
you guys are absolutely amazing. We'll see you tomorrow for the power hour.
Because it's 10 o'clock now. So yeah, we'll see you later on today.
I hope everybody has a great evening. Thank you so much for watching the chaos that is the House of Sewing. I'm going to be sewing my blocks together tonight. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for being here. Shalom.
My pleasure, as always. It's always a great time.
Twin, thank you as always, as the co-pilot who helps me land this giant barge that we're flying.
The Spruce Goose.
Oh, I would love to fly the Spruce Goose with my feet, with my foot. Oh, I would love to. I'm just Launchpad McQuack enough to fly that thing too. I would love to fly that thing.
Launchpad McQuacken.
It's a hero. It's my personal hero. Could crash anything. Could crash anything. That's how you end a show. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I hope everybody has a great night. Like I always say, reinforce your seams, be yourself. I'm not hitting the button, and I will definitely see you tomorrow.